Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, people. Welcome back, people. Welcome back, people. It is the Random Show. Random Show episode number 451. Guess what? Random Show episode number 451. Guess what? Random Show episode number 451. Guess what? We're starting this marathon again. We're starting this marathon again. 31-day marathon starts again. 31-day marathon starts again. Now, to be fair to me, I would have hit the 31 days the previous one that stopped at number 18. To be fair to me, if it wasn't for my situation and I had to take some time away, that was not, you know, something that I planned for, but I had to do so, I would have hit the 31 days, let's be fair. But that kind of threw me off and I had to start again. But in the next 31 days, I have nothing planned, no trips, no nothing. I'm going to be here every single day giving you the Random Show. Every single day, you will get Random Show goodness. You will get consistent uploads on the fucking Patreon. You'll get timestamps added within 24 hours. You'll get clips. Look all the clips I'm putting out. Look all the clips I'm putting out. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I know some of you in the stream chat have been with me since, you know, since the first attempt many months ago, right? Since the first attempt, third attempt, fourth attempt, right? I'm sure some of you guys have been on that journey. I'm sure some of you guys are very doubtful. Oh, I'm looking at the stream chat now. I'm seeing a lot of X's. I'm seeing a lot of X's in the stream chat. I'm sure the X's are kisses, right? I'm sure the X's don't mean X for doubt. I'm sure the X's represent kisses, right? Because you guys like me, you guys like what I do and shit, right? I'm pretty sure the X's represent kisses and all that good shit. I'm pretty sure the kisses are that's what you guys are doing, right? You're sending me air kisses. Don't worry. Bizu back to you guys too. Bizu back to you guys. So I'm getting loads of X's and O's in the stream chat, right? Guys want to hug me, guys want to kiss me, so fair enough. Love you guys too. But we're going to give it another go. We're going to give it another go. Today's day one. Today's day one. We're going to give it another go. And this time we're going to get to the finishing line. This time, by hook or crook, we're going to get to the finishing line. I do not care. We're going to make it fucking happen. I'm not going anywhere. Nothing else is planned. I'm locking in for the next 31 days. And I hope you guys can join me too. I hope you guys can join me. I hope you guys can support me. Hope you guys can keep watching, giving me words of encouragement. You know, not insulting me in the stream chat as some of you guys do, because I know some of you guys love a good insulting session. I know some of you guys love to try and bully me and shit. Love to try and tease me. Love to try and undermine me. Look, my hair's looking kind of luscious here, isn't it? Love to do all that stuff to me. Hope that doesn't happen. Hope you guys give me loads of your good energy, alright? Good energy only. Today's, because I think I'm seeing some insults already. I'm not really looking at the stream chat now, but I've got a feeling there's some insults there. So I'm going to enforce a rule that I'm only going to read positive comments. If you're not glazing me, I'm not going to read your comment. I'm not going to read your stream. If you're not being delusional just like me, right? If you're not encouraging my delusions. If you're not encouraging my delusions, I'm not gonna read your comment. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it. I only want positive energy, okay? Positive energy. I want people to believe in me and say that, yes, Agostino, you're gonna do it. 31 days, you're gonna do it, brother. You're gonna do it. You're gonna make your ancestors proud. Angola, stand up. Yeah. Nigga. Right? I want you guys to say that, right? I want you guys to say that. If you guys don't say that, then I'm not reading your comments. If you're sending me hate, if you're criticizing me, if you're mocking me, right? I'm not gonna read it. I only want positive affirmation, right? Big up everybody in the stream chat. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining me once again. We're starting once again, and as before, the goal is to get to 500 members on this particular channel. 500 members by the end of the 31 days. I think we can do it now because I've started it fucking 7 times anyway, so I should be able to get to 500 members, no doubt. I'm just going to keep consistent on my end, putting out the content, putting out the streams, putting out the clips, adding the timestamps, And of course updating the Patreon too and keeping that kind of popping over. By the way, next Patreon actually, so make sure you join. Click just to finish that fucking blurb. The link is in the description to become a member. Help me hit 500 members by the end of the 31 days. I actually did something that I've never done before because I'm terrible at maths as well and all that malarkey. But I did decide to go on Google and find out when the 31 days would end, right? When it would end. And according to Google, not if, when I finish the 31 days, not if, but when I finish the 31 days, it will finish on Monday, the 8th of September. That will be the end of the 31 days. I know I'm really looking too far ahead and people are going to be like, oh, you didn't even make it to 20. But here I am. I'm going to finish on the 8th of September. So can I hit 500 members by then? Hopefully I can. But there we have it. 31 days is going to be on the 8th of September. It's going to be fucking funny, right? Because everybody kind of doubts me and everyone thinks I'm not going to do it. It's going to be funny when I do eventually do it, because some of you guys, I'm not going to walk back some of your criticism. That's what I don't like. You know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to remember to go back and watch this. I'm going to go back and watch this and go through the stream chat and just make sure that I remember some of the faces and some of the names that are not giving me positive affirmations, not giving me encouraging, rah-rah messages and shit. I'm going to remember some of you motherfuckers, because when I hit the 31 days on the 8th of September, when I hit the 31 days on the 8th of September, I'm going to make sure I keep my receipts. But if you don't, if you don't want to give me the praise, it's okay. I'm a very strong-minded person, very single-minded, very driven. I don't need fucking encouragement, okay? I need it, but I don't need it. I need it, but I don't need it. I need it, but I don't need it. But big up everybody in the stream chat. Appreciate you. Thank you for the doubters. I see you. Big up Wingers. I see you. It's never happening at all. Fair play. Big up Uche Wagwan, darling. Big up Uche. Big up Uche. Bang your chest. Bang your chest. What are you saying, girl? Big up Young Gold Vibes. You want the praise before the work? Yes, like any good black man. I want the praise without doing the work. I want like any good toxic male, I want to be patted on the back for doing absolutely nothing. I want pats on the back for doing the bare minimum. Yeah, big up RR Skins. Day ones are beast. Keep them coming. Exactly. Here we are, man. Day one soldier. Big up RR Skins. Big up Teju. Eju will not make it to 31 days. Berlin will get him. No. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere until I do the 31 days. No trips planned. No Berlin trips, no nothing, no baggies, no family stuff, nothing is going on. I'm focusing on the 31 days. I'm not going anywhere for the next 31 days. So if you want to join me along that journey, if you want to help me reach that goal, make sure you become a member with the link down below in the descriptions. I'm going to do like I did last time. I'm going to do probably the 2 streams in a week, probably the Wednesday. One of the streams is going to be Wednesday, but I'll do like I did previously. I'll do like on the Wednesday, maybe on a Wednesday and a Thursday. I'll double up the streams. I'll do 2 streams on that day of random show, and those 2 teams will be like members only. I also try and do more members only actually create content, and it'll also be the Patreon that I'm already updating. You know what I mean? I'm already updating. Big up Joe Smith. Big up Joe Smith. You're gonna do 100%. Big up Joe Smith. Even though I think you're being sarcastic, big up Joe Smith. The only bit of encouragement I see there. Oh, big up Big Booth too. Big up Big Booth. Drink that late night energy drink that keep me going. Exactly. Yeah. Big up Big Booth and big up Joe Smith for the encouragement, for actually believing in me. Big up you two for believing in me. I'm gonna take your advice, Big Booth, and get some energy drinks later on. Actually, I'll probably order some energy drinks later on. Actually, definitely gonna do that because the shop's not gonna close until 3 AM on Sunday, so I'll get some energy drinks. Big up Joe Smith also. I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me some words of encouragement. Everybody else that's doubting in the stream chat, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. Some of you are haters. But anyway, 31 days, 8th of September. We're gonna do it. Link is in the description. Help me get 500 members. 500 members, link in the description to become a member, and you get access to member only content as well, like member only streams, and you'll be able to chat during member only live streams as well. Big up everybody. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Talking about member only streams, talking about, paywall content, my next comedy special that I'm going to be reacting to is going to be a comedy special by this guy called Ralph Barbosa. So if you guys don't know, now going on my Patreon going forward, my patrons at patreon.com/Agostino. I'm going to be doing a lot of stand-up comedy reactions, stand-up comedy special reactions. So watch alongs to stand-up comedy and reacting to it in real time. So if you want to watch some of those things along with me, definitely make sure you sign up to the Patreon. Patreon's only $1 per month, and you get access to all of my Patreon stuff on there. There's other tiers as well if you want to sign up to, but the starting one is like $1. There's like 1,000+ spaces on there. Join, watch all the stuff on there, because I can't put that stuff on YouTube. That's why I'm doing it on Patreon. If I could put it on YouTube, I would put it on here, but YouTube, they're going to block all those videos. So I'm going to be reacting to stand-up comedy specials that are on like platforms like Hulu and what is HBO and shit. And maybe even Netflix too. I'll do those on Patreon. So the next one I want to do after I finish just doing the Mark Maron one is this guy called Ralph Barbosa. Now I hear about him a lot. I don't know much about this kid. I know he's young. I know he had a bit of a tete-a-tete with that. Who's that other guy? I think that other Hispanic comedian, that old one. Is it George Lopez? I think George Lopez used to hate him. He has some beef with George Lopez. I remember happening on podcasts and shit where George Lopez kind of hated him because he's young. I don't really know much about Ralph Barbosa, but I heard he's really funny. He's got a new special out that's going to be out on Hulu. That dropped, I think, tonight. So I'm going to record that reaction or the live, watch along to it later on today. So that'll be available on the Patreon by the end of day on Friday. You should be able to see that. I'll put up on the link anyway. So the next one's going to be Ralph Barbosa. So just to get a little bit of a taste of what it's going to be like, because I haven't seen the trailer. I don't know what his comedy is like at all. Let's watch the trailer. This is Ralph Barbosa's Planet Bosa official trailer. It's going to be on Hulu. Again, like I said, I'm going to be reacting to this on my Patreon. So if you want to see my reaction to this on Patreon, sign up to the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Agostino. But let's see what Ralph Barbosa is about, because I've never really heard his stand-up comedy style. I want to see what he's about and what I can expect on this special on Hulu.
What's up, everybody? I'm almost 5'7". Yeah, I'm not 5'7". I wish I was. I would not be doing comedy. Why would I need to impress people? I'd be grown, But I see a 5'6" dude, I'll beat his little ass. Kamehameha. I know what I like and what I don't like. I like girls who don't wear way too much makeup. And you can always tell, because when y'all take it off, we're just like, hey, you're an artist. And a liar. Girls are really big on traveling nowadays, but that can be tough on your pockets. That's why I only go out with girls who are here illegally. Y'all have reached your final destination. Let's go under the covers where they can't find you. I also want to say another thing, man. Don't ever leave my show thinking you learned something.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's decent. I like that. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. 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 What you guys saying in the stream chat? What's your initial feelings about Ralph Barbosa? Oh, should I do Joe? Okay, big up Uche. Should I do Joe Rosa? Cool. I'll do Joe Rosa on here. Isn't Joe Rosa on YouTube? Big up Uche. Big up Uche. Good suggestion, actually. Isn't Joe Rosa on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken? I'll do that on YouTube then. I'll do that on YouTube. Big up Uche. Joe DeRosa. Let me read that. Let me read that right now. Joe DeRosa. Joe DeRosa special reaction on YouTube. Yeah, what do you guys think in the stream chat about Ralph Barbosa? Big up Uche as well for the suggestions. Appreciate you. Big up Wingus. I'm just drunk. Okay, big up Wingus. Yeah, sorry you guys. Well, I was meant to link up with you guys for the fucking drink at the end of it. I fucking fucked up, but again, like I said, I couldn't anyway because I had some family stuff to deal with. But big up Gamebred, big up Wingus. Apologies for that, but we'll sort it at the end of this one. 31 days, 8th of fucking September. We'll sort it then. Maybe we'll do it on the 9th of September or whatever. Maybe do it on the 8th. Fuck it, we're doing the 8th. I'll do a quick stream in the morning on the 8th and then we'll switch it off afterwards. So we'll do the fucking London drinks if anybody's around at the end of the 31 days to celebrate the end of the 31-day marathon at the 8th of September or around that kind of date. Okay? Cool. Big up. What do you guys think of Ralph Barbosa in the stream chat? Big up Young God Bias. I believe in Dr. Uma. I believe in AZ. Dr. Uma, Trump, and Joe Biden is fucking hilarious. What do you guys think? Gabriel said he's good. Winger said 0 out of 10. Really? Wingers, you think he's 0 out of 10? He's not shit. No, don't. Come on, man. We've seen worse. We've seen far worse than Ralph Barbosa. Come on. Gabriel said 5 out of 6. 5 to 6. Sorry, out of 10. Mr. Studio Girl, yawn face emoji. Carlo 5 out of 10. KP says Ralph is Batman, Bapper is joke. Okay. G1 Roger 6 out of 10. Unfounded says you should watch Joe DeRosa lose to an editor. Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that reaction on here on YouTube. Gamebred says we won't wait on it. Yeah, cool. I don't know. Tedru said he's a hack. Okay, so the feedback is, you know, a little bit all over the place. A little bit all over the place, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna react to him, so keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that one on the Patreon. Moving on. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen this? I spotted this and I thought this was interesting. So this is from the recent episode of Tfatk. This is from the recent episode of Tfatk, and I thought some of you guys would enjoy seeing this, right? I thought some of you guys would enjoy seeing this from a recent episode of Tfatk, when fucking Chin's screen came up on the camera. When Chin's desktop screen came up on the camera, look what was there. On one of the bookmarks, it says Blizzard Entertainment. That's the LinkedIn page of Blizzard Entertainment, the gaming company. So it seems like Chin might be on LinkedIn browsing Blizzard Entertainment's vacancies. So my question is Chin looking for a new job? Is Chin doing that thing that we've all done where you're actively looking for a new job at your current job? You're actively applying for other jobs while you're in your current job, which we've all done before. I personally would advise against it. I think it's a bad omen. I think it's bad karma. I think it can sometimes take away your focus on the job at hand. I also think it's very obvious when you're in that mood. Maybe I'm kind of reading to it, I'm projecting. But for anybody in the stream chat that's been a manager, I've not been a manager to a high level, but anyone that's managed people in the stream chat, please tell me that I'm not bugging out when I say it's pretty obvious when you can tell when somebody's looking for a move away. No, there are some people who are really good at hiding it when they're applying for other jobs or actively interviewing, but most of the time you can tell when somebody's kind of 1 foot out of the place, or they're actively looking, or they're fed up with the job. You know what I mean? You can easily tell. And I also know that sometimes in work you can sometimes be very sloppy and very kind of reckless. And maybe you could go to the toilet quickly and not lock your computer, and then somebody can see that you've been searching certain things, or maybe you've got your cover letter on your fucking notes app and shit. I don't know. I just wouldn't advise it like this, because you'll eventually get caught, and it's really embarrassing when you get caught. I'd imagine. It's never happened to me, but I'd imagine it's really embarrassing. You also run the risk of getting fired. I remember there was one place actually I was at, where I think, yeah, it was one company I was at many years ago. It was like this real estate company place where they did like check. It was a fucking fraud, that place. Anyway, essentially this place I worked at was like early on AI, and they were selling this idea. They were selling this they're selling this service where they allegedly had this AI system that would able to, like, you know, run credit checks and references and shit for people who wanted to get new properties or rent new places and shit. But in actuality, the AI system, whatever, the computer didn't work. It was just us in the background. They lied and made it seem like it was some supercomputer. It was just us, like, manually fucking uploading stuff, like a whole team of us doing it, like 100 people manually uploading things, but they were lying it was an AI. Anyway, long story less long, I happened to work for there for a bit, and then I got a new job in between the time I was there. I think I got the job that I actually was wanting to get. Like, it was one of those weird times where I desperately needed a job, but I couldn't wait. So I took that job first. I worked there for a couple of months, but then the job I really wanted kind of replied back to me after month 3, and then I kind of left straight after. And I remember coming in and saying, yeah, I've got this new job, so, you know, whatever, is it okay if I can give my notice? And I remember the guy like just getting really angry and basically telling me, yeah, you should go home now. Go home now, don't come back. Like, kind of fired me. I was like, how can I get fired when I'm coming in to hand in my notice? Like, so some places are really weird like that. Some places, like, they treat you getting other jobs as like a disrespect. They treat it as like a betrayal, you know. So I'm not the biggest fan of applying for jobs while you're at your job. Now I know sometimes there's no other time to do it, but I also think you should be focused on your work. You should probably wake up a couple of hours before you go to work and then search for vacancies. And then when you go to work, you can have a clear mind. And also it's better when you're at work to kind of maybe imagine if you're at work and you get an email that says, oh yeah, we want to interview you or something, or we like your CV and want to offer you a job. That's a better email to receive than actively applying. I don't know. I wouldn't be in a good state if I was at work actively applying. I'd be a bit nervous. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wouldn't personally advise it. But again, Chin is working at fucking Tfatk. He's not working at fucking Procter and Gamble. He's not working at PepsiCo. He's not working at BT. He's not working at Sky. Do you know what I mean? He's not working at fucking, I don't know, wherever else, right? Barclays. He's working at fucking Tfatk. He'll be fine. I'm sure Brendan and Bryan, I have a feeling Brendan and Bryan probably don't even go over to his desk, to his little foldable table. Brendan and Bryan probably don't even walk past his table. They probably walk up those stairs. They sit down in that table, on those fucking couches or those sofas. They do their fucking pod and they leave. They don't even know how Chin uploads a show. They've never sat there and watched him upload or edit. They don't know how. They don't give a fuck. So I'm pretty sure he's okay. That's probably why he's searching for it, because he knows they're never gonna see it. But it is quite funny. It is quite funny to see that Chin is probably actively looking for jobs. It's so fucking shit. He's fucking hating every minute of it that he's out there. He's really fucking hating every minute of it that he's out there, and I fucking love to see it. I fucking love to see it. I think there was also a clip here that I want to quickly show you. I'm pretty sure it's from the Fire and the Kids subreddit, where somebody had a clip of actually Chin complaining and saying that he misses those guys, you know, in the LA studio super bad. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I saw it here somewhere from that show that he does with. Yeah, there we go. There. Oh no. Correct. There we go. This is from 19 days ago, by the way. 19 days ago, Chin talking about how much he hates being there and how much he misses being, you know, in fucking LA and shit. So this probably lends a lot of credence to the fact that Chin is definitely not happy, and he's probably feeling it and would probably prefer to be back out there with these guys in LA and not in fucking Texas with fucking all these fucking dullards. So let's play this.
How's Austin, Chin?
You just gave up, huh? Oh, it's fucking terrible.
What's the positive? Let's start with the positives, then we can go to the negative. Give me one positive.
The one positive is I'm looking forward to try to visit back to LA or Orange County in about like a month. So that's one positive.
Okay.
One positive is he gets to leave him.
Yeah. I mean, everything so far, we've been talking in our own group chat. Everything, it's like, I mentioned it before, it's like a curse. There's like, this place is cursed. So many negative, bad things have happened.
Jesus
it's just,
Christ.
it's a bitch. Hopefully it turns around soon, but as of right now, it's fucking been terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's
and I
what
spent
happens.
$1 million. Huh?
I've been getting a lot.
Yeah, I've heard him mention this a lot, by the way. I've heard him mention a lot the money he spent. I'm assuming most of the money went on the Airbnbs. I'm sure he's still paying. He's still feeling the sting from that. That was a big mistake he made. The big mistake he made was not planning. I know Brendan and Bryan kind of dropped the Texas move on his lap out of the blue, but let's be fair. They did give him ample warning. And for some reason, Chin was under. I remember Chin saying, "Oh, I didn't know you guys were actually moving." It's like, bro, we told you we were moving. I don't know if Chin felt like they were just bluffing, or if Chin was waiting for a second confirmation. But it took him a while for him to get his head around they were actually leaving, even though they made it clear that they were leaving. So Chin should have, in my opinion, made the necessary steps to get a house, to get somewhere. The fact that he didn't, I think, really killed his finances. Because imagine if you've got savings. Like, I can't imagine anything worse than trying to move house without having to play. Like, I'd imagine it happens quite often. Imagine trying to move into a new place but it's not ready yet, and you still have to stay in an Airbnb. That's gonna cost a lot of money. Even a shitty hotel, that's gonna cost a lot of money, bro. It's gonna really fucking rinse your fucking savings. So I think that's what really killed Chin. Going over to Texas and basically staying in Airbnb. You know, Chin, he's not a scrimper, right? He doesn't like anything dusty and shit. He likes everything bougie. Like, look at the big, unnecessary house that he has because of, I don't know if it's an Asian thing or just his ego. He can't really live bare to the bones. So he probably stayed in a really swanky place somewhere in Austin, Texas, and he probably paid a lot of money per night whilst he was looking for his actual place he was going to move into. Then you're paying all that money to stay there whilst you're working. He's flying back and forth. Then on top of that, he finally finds a place. You have to put down a security deposit, I'd imagine, and move in and shit. And Chin paid loads of money. Imagine how much Chin had to pay those fucking Chicos, right? Imagine how much Chin had to pay those Chicos to fucking move the stuff for him, because Chin got those movers to not only move his stuff but also unpack it. Or no, not only move it, but also unpack it. Because I think it's 2 different services usually. Sometimes they can help you move stuff, but I think you pay extra if you want them to actually take it out of the van and put it in your fucking place. And I think there's even another service you wanted to open boxes and shit. So Chin paid all of that because he was pointing his finger. Remember we did the little clip of him at the house tour. So Chin must have paid so much money. He must have spent so much money just on accommodation and finally getting his place. So that's probably going to add to him not liking currently living in Texas because, you know, he's basically broke now and he's having to fucking, you know, work extra hard to kind of get that money back. And also, as some of you guys pointed out in the stream chat, Brendan's a bit of a piece of shit. That's, you know, that's not a shock to say. It wouldn't surprise me if Brendan, being the piece of shit that he is, he has adjusted Chin's rate, Chin's salary to match the living wage or to match the, you know, the fucking cost of living out there in Austin, Texas. It wouldn't surprise me if Chin is not on the same money. So he's probably taken a dip in fucking income as well. So he's not, I can understand with all those things I mentioned why he's not enjoying his time out there in Austin, Texas.
A lot of mileage out of saying the curse continues, but truthfully, I don't believe in a curse. We all have our own agency. Everything that's gone wrong, I could have done something to prevent, and it's all good from here on out, Chin.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you saying that. But think about this. Me picking up boxes and seeing a freaking scorpion tail sticking out of a box for no damn reason, a giant spider.
For no damn
getting in here, I hit
for no damn reason. Brother, you live in Austin, Texas. Didn't you know this before when you moved there? Of course you're gonna see spiders and scorpions and snakes and shit and other bits of wildlife and like, what do you expect? You live in Austin, Texas. For no reason. So what? There should be a reason why a scorpion might be in your fucking house. Why you might find a fucking spider. There should be a reason. They should have a reason there. Hey spider, hey tarantula, hey daddy long legs, why are you in my house? Why are you here for? Like what? He's like a literal boy, like a child. Like what the fuck is that? Why is there a like, do they need to have a reason? What the fuck?
my head multiple times on the stupid beam when you go up the stairs. And it hurt. It felt like I was in an actual fight. Like it hurt so fucking bad. Stepped on a cord, ruined footage. Today alone, when everything was going perfect.
By the way, that ruining footage thing for me is a sign that his mind is elsewhere. Not that he's not hating it. Like, obviously he's hating it. Remember that whole big thing about Brendan saying, "Oh, I nearly fired him because he ruined the footage." I think it's, oh, actually, is he, people in the stream chat, can you tell me, that's the drink that everyone's been talking about in America, right? Everyone gets drunk off that drink, right? Is that the drink that I'm thinking of? Let me see if I can upload a picture. I took a picture of somebody shared it on Twitter the other day. I took a picture, uploaded it somewhere. Let me see, yeah. Let me upload it onto my image IGB. Do you guys know what that is? What's that little yellow carton? I've seen loads of people in America talk about it and say that it's a really strong alcoholic drink or something. Let me see if I can show you. I think it's an American drink. Let me know in the stream chat if you know what I'm talking about. It's that yellow box there. Let me see if I can get it. Bear with me 1 second here. It's a yellow box. There we go. I've added it to my IMGB. Let me see if I can find it here. What do you guys think? What the fuck is this? There you go. This is the one. What is that? What's this? BEATBOX. Okay, what's a BEATBOX? I've seen people talk about this a lot on my socials. What's a BEATBOX drink? BEATBOX. Party Punch. Ooh. Did they have this in the UK? It's promoted by Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, cool. Let's finish Chin and then we're gonna get back to this. I want to see what this is about. Let me just finish Chin first and we'll get back to that. Fuck. I want a bit of that. I want a bit of that. Let's get back to Chin now. I'll finish that a bit.
I saw my fucking my MagSafe for my MacBook kind of slowly get out of the place. Like, what the? How does that happen?
Ghost.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, something's going on here.
You think ghost?
And there's more to it. There's way more to it.
By the way, who's that black guy, man? Who's this random black guy that works in the show? What does he do? He might be the first black guy I've ever met with like zero personality or minus personality. You know, most of us fucking chocolate types, you know, we're usually loud and boisterous and stuff. He has like zero personality. Like, who the fuck is that guy? What the fuck does he do? Where's he from? How old is he? Why does he look like that? Like, what's going on with this guy? Like, where did he find these humans? Like, why is he so like dull? And you know what I mean, what's going on with this dude? Really, it's so funny, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like something's going on here.
You think ghosts?
And there's more to it. There's way more to it. But
Big up Uche. Timu Chappelle is fucking hilarious. Diversity, AG. That's why diversity. Chappelle's brother is hilarious.
that's what I'll tell you for now.
Okay.
Big up Izanella. We love you. I love your work, but 31 Days is not happening in no facet. In no faucet. I love the faucet. By the way, Izanella, I'm going to remember that. Izanella, I'm going to remember that, and I'm going to put you on my Jumbotron. Okay, Izanella? Izanella, I'm going to put you on my Jumbotron. I'm going to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a screenshot of your comment right now, Izanella, because you dared say something like that to me. I'm going to take a screenshot of your comment right now. Big up Izanella in the stream chat. I'm going to remember you. I'm going to remember you, Izanella. I'm going to remember you when I hit 31 days.
The sushi I had here, I told you guys, is freaking it looked beautiful, but it was absolutely terrible.
Cursed.
Come on, dude.
You're in a landlocked. Well, I guess yeah, Texas is landlocked, right? Yeah, it is. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna have
Sorta.
as quality.
This one guy, look, this is definitely a meeting of the minds, isn't it? This fucking Timu Chappelle guy was not sure if Texas is landlocked. Aren't all the states in America landlocked? Like, what the fuck is that comment anyway? Whatever. And then Chin is like, yeah, sort of. How is Texas sort of landlocked? What? What is it, like floating or something? Like, what? How is Texas sort of landlocked? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Yo, bit Wingus,
Powerful bunch.
bit Wingus.
We'll give you another quid if you finish the marathon. Never happening and you know it. Also, bean cheese, bean cheese, bean cheese, bean cheese.
How you gonna say I know it? Like, some of you guys should know me enough now with these streams. How you gonna say it's never happening and I know it? You can say it's not gonna happen and you know it, Wingus, but how can you put words in my mouth? How can you think I'm going to ingest that type of negativity? Me, the fucking human personification of good vibes. The human personification of positivity, the human personification of drive, the human personification of motivation, the human personification of hustle. How could you think I would be okay with co-signing that? You might think I'm not going to do it, but I think I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. I believe I can fucking do it. About it's not going to happen. And I'm going to wait for that £1. I'm waiting for that quid, Wingus. I'm going to hold you to that fucking quid. It better be one of those shiny ones as well. It better be one of those fucking shiny ones, not those fucking shitty ones they put in fruit machines. You better give me one of those shiny, straight from the bank pounds, mate. Shiny ones. Huh. I'm going to hold you to that, motherfucker. 31 days. Monday the 8th of September. Monday the 8th of September, when I'm fucking cheersing you with a fucking nice frosty mug of fucking Guinness somewhere at fucking the Montague Pike, you're going to fucking eat your words. I'm gonna take a picture with a fucking pound like that, alright? Holding the pound. Or I'm gonna drop the pound in my fucking Guinness, actually. That's what I might do. I might take a video of me dropping the pound in my Guinness and then drinking it, you know? Hardcore shit. Come on, brother. About you, I know it. Get out of here. I know I'm gonna hit 31 days. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain flight there. Let's continue.
Sushi in California. It's just
No, but they import it. Come on, bro.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Texas is not landlocked.
No, there is ocean.
Be like, Wingus, I'll buy you a pint, man, as well as a quid. Cool, I'll hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that. Yes, exactly, Game Bread, exactly. We'll all hold a pound together. We'll take a picture. We're holding £1 and pints of Guinness. I love it.
Just yeah. It's like maybe like
It's a giant inferior, but
Run It Up as well. Big up Run It Up. I'm gonna take a fucking screenshot of what you said there too. Run It Up. You're not hitting it. Be for real. LOL. Okay, cool. LOL. Big up Run It Up. I'ma fucking remember you. Run It Up. I'm gonna remember you. Big up all the doubters in the stream chat. I'm taking note. I'm taking note of all the doubters.
definitely not landlocked.
It's not landlocked. It's not landlocked.
Yeah, it's the Gulf of Mexico.
It's far away, but
are
it's
we
here.
getting sushi out of the Gulf of Mexico?
No.
Big up Young God Vibes. AZ Def cheats and takes you to brunch to tell you he'll never do it again. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
Oh. Yeah, you're not. You're not.
I feel like they made sushi out of bluegills and freaking other types of sunfish. Anyways, you guys talk. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That nigga's miserable, isn't it? Anyway, you guys talk. He's fucking hating it, isn't it? He's hating life out there in good old Austin, Texas. So it's no surprise that he's out there also applying for jobs. Also, Chin's out here possibly applying for jobs, as you can see with this Blizzard Entertainment bookmark. But unfortunately, as I've learned from some people in the fucking Tfatk stream chat, no, in the Tfatk Reddit, I might be wrong. I might be wrong about this theory that Chin might be looking for jobs at Blizzard recently, because according to some people in the Tfatk stream chat, that particular bookmark has been there for a year. That particular bookmark has been there for a year, unfortunately. This is a thread. This is an image, a video from a year ago. An image from a year ago that shows the bookmark on there. So from 1 year ago, you can already see the bookmark for Blizzard Entertainment with LinkedIn on there already. So maybe I'm not right. Maybe this is, maybe maybe he's not looking for a job. Maybe that's just an old bookmark that he forgot to delete, because this is at the old studio with Sanaz still there too, that he was already looking at Blizzard. But it also got to show that maybe he was looking for a job a year ago. It's pretty sad that he ain't able to. Maybe again, big up Coy and everybody else in the stream chat. Big up Coy and everybody else in the stream chat who mentioned previously, which I got wrong. But some of you guys were saying that Chin ain't really that great a producer anyway. He's not that really good at his job. He'll probably find it hard to get another job. So it probably makes sense. It probably marries up to what you guys are saying, because if he has been looking since a year before these guys were even were willing to move or thinking about moving, and he hasn't got a job, that must mean he's extra depressed now, because he already wanted to leave a year ago before they were even thinking about going to Texas, and he didn't get a job that whole entire time. He couldn't find one, which maybe is an accurate representation or reflection of his skill set, of his experience or lack thereof, which is a bit of a mad one as well.
Powerful bunch.
Big up Wingers, big up Wingers.
Sorry,
Appreciate
man,
you.
I feel bad. Here's a quid.
Big up Wingers, appreciate you. Appreciate you. But the 31 days is definitely happening still. Appreciate you. Don't feel bad. But I'm gonna make it. Regardless of everyone doubts me, I'm gonna make it. But I appreciate Wingus McDingus for the quid, for the sympathy quid. Thank you for the
powerful bunch.
Big up Asada Z's.
Mr. Suyi, it says here you had a 4-year gap in employment. What were you doing during that time? Kratom and fishing.
I don't know, what do they do? Do you guys know? Anybody in the stream chat know? Or should I maybe Google it? What if you want to be a producer, is there a test? A producer for a show or something? Is it a thing you have to do? When you apply for sometimes jobs like graphic designer, you have to give them a fucking, what's that thing called? A portfolio. Do you give them a portfolio? Is there a test you do? I wonder how they would be able to judge if Chin's bad at his job. That's what I'm trying to ascertain. How would an employer be able to see that Chin ain't that great of a producer? Would they have to give him a test of hey, here's some audio, clean this up within 30 minutes? Would they do something like that? Or would they just look at Tfatk and be like, okay, that's a shit show. We're not hiring you. I wonder what they would do. Big up Wingus. Just lol at his content's hilarious. Big up Sean EQ. Big up Sean LQ, sorry. There's a million producers looking for work a million times better. Oh, that's a good point, brother. There's a million producers looking for work a million times better than Chin. Chin's redacted. Very good point. What's that website? Remember that website everyone used to use to upload graphic design work? I forgot the name of it. It was like a flicker of graphic design. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Does that exist for producers? It was a place where you could upload all your graphics and stuff and all your portfolio shit. A lot of people that did graphic design used to use it. I wonder if there's a digital video version of that, or maybe just SoundCloud, I guess. Big up Uche Austin. Austin is Chin's 13 reason why. It's hilarious. Big up Young God Vibes. If a new job calls Papa for a reference, do you think he'll be a good thing to say? Very good point. Big up Big Booth. I'd hire Chin, but leaving the out of the potluck is hilarious. Okay, fair enough. He's made for Tfatk, to be fair. Yeah, exactly, Damaz. So he should probably just leave it in it. But yeah, Chin's not happy. Chin doesn't seem happy. Anyway, let me quickly go back to BEATBOX. So what's BEATBOX about? What's beatbox about? Is there any videos about it? What the fuck is beatbox about? Beatbox flavored beverage. Let's see. What's this beatbox about? This guy on TikTok. What are you saying?
I've never tried. And yeah, that's some new beatbox flavors I've never tried. And yeah, that's pickle margarita. First up, watermelon lemonade.
What are you guys saying? Is it good?
Watermelon forward, little hints of lemonade. Not my favorite flavor. For that, yes sir.
What do you guys say? Are these beatbox better than buzzballs or worse? What are you guys saying in the stream chat? Are they better than buzzballs or worse? Because buzzballs have become super popular here in the UK. I know you got them in the US, but they are super popular here in the UK. And now they got those big buzzballs that people are loving. My local off license has the buzzballs behind the counter. They've been getting stolen so much and shit. People are fucking fighting over those things. And they're really strong. They've got a lot of alcohol in them, man. Okay, buzzballs are stronger. Beatbox is sweeter. Okay, cool. I want to try this, man.
Next up, Big Papa Pickle Margarita. I don't know who came up with this flavor, man, but hey, I won't knock it till I try it.
I might take a bunch of these to Carnival, you know? Because Carnival's coming up. I might take a bunch of these to Carnival.
A little weird. You don't really get margarita at all. It tastes like pickle, but then the aftertaste is just... I don't know what the aftertaste is. Kind of weird, but kind of like it. Y'all let me know what you think about this one. Final rating. And last but not least, man, Shaq's official flavor of beatbox, blueberry lemonade.
Yeah, big up Uche. I never had a buzzball, but they look us. I'm not gonna lie, carrying a buzzball in your hands, you do feel like a fucking idiot. You know what carrying a buzzball in your hand feels like? Do you guys remember WKDs? Carrying a buzzball feels like carrying a WKD. You feel like a fucking loser. I feel like carrying a buzzball has the same, it feels the same as carrying a WKD. Honestly, if you feel like a fucking idiot, but they're so fucking good. They're so fucking good. You get so licked so quickly, but you do really feel fucking crazy carrying it. It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Beatbox at least looks like a protein shake or something, you know?
Oh yeah, this one hits, bro. It's definitely not my absolute favorite flavor. I love the blue raspberry and the cherry limeade, but this is definitely a good one. You get the blueberry, you get the lemonade. Overall, I mean, beatbox did pretty good with these flavors. I'll tell you guys right now, man. Wifey said this pickle margarita is her favorite beatbox flavor now. So hey, everybody has different taste buds, okay? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Okay, another person. First time trying buzzball drinks. Let's see this person. Who's this?
First time trying this. Alright, so we're gonna start. This is my first time trying this. Alright, so we're gonna start off with the pink lemonade. If you're a fan of beatbox, let me know your favorite flavor. So this is 100 calories with 11.1 alcohol by volume. Ooh. Definitely tastes like there's a little something in here, but I don't taste any pink lemonade.
Bunch.
Yo, big up Wingus, appreciate you for being a member for 9 months. Big up Weatherspoons, yeah, we're gonna be there, man. The 8th, Monday the 8th of September, we're gonna be there. We will be there. Montague Pike settings, Montague Pike settings. We might be giving people some pipe, but Montague Pipe settings, settings. What's wrong with my voice today? What's wrong with my enunciation? Montague Pike settings. Big up Wingus McDingus.
It's just semi-sweet. This is the lemonade hard tea. I know I love me some tea.
Ooh,
I definitely tasted tea in this one. It's giving like a boozy Arnold Palmer. Favorite so far. I'm not a fan of orange candy, but I don't mind orange juice, orange soda, the fruit, the mandarin orange, you know?
Let's go.
Oh, this is the orange blast, by the way.
Any mango ones for
so
the niggas?
at first, this was giving high C. I was feeling.
If they got watermelon for the niggas, mango for the niggas, pineapple for the niggas.
Powerful bunch.
Yo, big up Ryan Harty. Appreciate you being a member for 3 months. Big up Ryan Harty. Appreciate you.
Feeling it a little bit, but then the aftertaste kicked in, and I'm not really a fan of that. It started to taste like an artificial orange candy, which is what I dislike. Last but not least is the Big Papa Pickle Margarita. This is a collab with Van Holten's Pickles. I love pickles, but I'm not a fan of margaritas.
Let's go, bro.
That just hit a little different. Definitely taste the pickle though.
I like
it's not
that.
really giving margarita, and I like that. Imagine getting lit off pickle juice. That just sounds so crazy. Well, actually, pickle back shots are... pickle back shot sounds crazy.
Yeah, hey, yo, pause. And I've got a feeling she doesn't get back shots. I don't know why, but I've got a feeling if she does get back shots, it's like in a different way, you know?
See? Anyway, a pickleback shot contains whiskey and pickle juice, so I guess it's not that crazy. I've had that before. My favorite of the four was definitely the lemonade hard tea.
Yeah, I like that. You know what? I kind of want some beatbox. You know, we got the beatbox beverage drinkers. Okay, last beatbox video. Side effects of beatbox drink. Let's see. Side effects of a beatbox drink. Those beatbox drink side effects.
Yo, what's the word, buddy?
What's good, boss? What you need?
Man, look, let me get an order of fish and that beatbox I've been hearing about, man. Let me get some of that.
Hey, man, bro, give me a second. It's gonna hit. It's gonna be making the beatbox challenge, bro.
Beatbox challenge, bro. Like, what is you talking about? Bro, like, look, bro, you ain't got to super sell nothing to me, bro. What you talking about, bro? Like, man, I've been drinking since I was a youngster. You know me?
Big up Uche in the stream chat. I'll take 2 pick pack shots. Big up Uche in the stream chat. I'll take 2 pick pack shots to keep the tab open. Big up Uche. Big up Uche.
There you go.
Bro, what's good?
You be in the box, nigga. Appreciate you.
No problem, no problem.
When's this skit?
Burn away our carbon beam, knock your legs off. Target with had to stand off.
That's it. I'm taking it off the menu. No more beatboxes.
Ooh. The niggas have them, man. I want some beatboxes, man. I'm finna buy some beatboxes. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the 31 days marathon. I'll celebrate with some fucking beatboxes. You get me? Celebrate with some beatboxes. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Let's see this lady. Last one. What's she talking about?
The friend, but I saw that BEATBOX came out with a new variety pack.
Yeah, big up.
Those are daddy's letters.
Big up David. Big up David O'Donovan. Big up David O'Donovan. Big up David O'Donovan. He's so dumb. Big up David O'Donovan. Big up David O'Donovan.
Hey. So we're gonna try them out before our drinks. First, we're gonna try the watermelon lemonade. Smells like watermelon. I honestly don't know why I made a face, because the watermelon lemonade flavor masks the alcohol. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's for the niggas. Watermelons for the niggas. Let's fucking go.
Next, we're going to try Shaquille O'Neal's flavor with BEATBOX. It's blueberry lemonade. I have a feeling I'm gonna like this the best. Smells like a
She likes niggas too.
blue Gatorade. Ooh, Lily. Ooh, yes.
Yes,
I like
go.
this the
Let's
best so
go.
far. That blueberry flavor is pungent. Pungent. Okay, lastly, we have the lemon squeeze. Cheers. Ooh, that is refreshing. Oh, definitely check out the variety pack. I like to put them in the freezer and turn them into a slushie.
I'd fucking give you a bit of my slushy. Let's continue. What's that? Big up Uche. Izzy, can you look up how many calories are in each box? Yeah, yes, why not? Let's see this. BEATBOX drink calories. Oh, a 8-ounce serving of BEATBOX has 120 calories and 7 grams of sugar. Some flavors like fresh watermelon might have slightly more, around 130 calories, 8 grams of sugar. According to Foodzilla, BEATBOX is a wine-based cocktail, and despite tasting like vodka mix, it has 11.1% alcohol content. Eesh. So a lot of unnecessary calories though. And I don't know if I buy that 120 though. I'm not sure if I buy it. If it's as sweet as everybody's saying it is, I don't think I buy it. I don't think I even buy it. But yeah, 120 calories. 120 fucking calories. How many calories are in the fucking buzzball? Really? Okay, there's way more. Okay. Buzzball cocktails generally contain 216 to 300 calories per 20 ml container. Each calorie count varies by flavor. For example, tequila retail is 243 calories. Chocolate teas is 295. Chocolate teas, you know, crazy name. All Buzzballs are 50%. Is that it? So there's only a 3% difference in terms of alcohol percentage. I feel like Buzzballs are like 20% or something. Buzzballs feel like they're homemade. Buzzballs feel like they're homemade. I swear down. Buzzballs feel like they're homemade, man. But okay, cool. That's a lot of calories, isn't it? It's very sugary for no reason. Don't know if that's wise for me, but I might have to give it a go. I might have to give it a go, mate. You get me? Yeah. Pick up your younger vibes. AZ's pre-diabetic. This is gonna push him over the edge. It's fucking heinous to say, to be honest, because I'm not pre-diabetic, but hey, that's so fucking rude and mean. But I respect nothing less from my queen, young gold vibes. Big up her. What's that? Aziz? There's a 5 ounces, as red 5 ounce, and 8 ounces 200 ml, so 20. God damn it. Okay, cool. Well, I'm just gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna pretend everything's 5 ounces and not 8 ounces. Okay, how about that? And I'm gonna fucking drink my BEATBOX. Leave me and my BEATBOX alone. Moving on, let's quickly go through some NICKANDROS stuff. Big up NICKANDROS. Big up Blood Clot NICKANDROS. He's got a new video out regarding MUTAHAR. MUTAHAR has become all the rage. He's gone viral because of this fake engineer scandal. NICKANDROS was the one that blew it wide open with this video titled "MUTAHAR has been a fake engineer for 10 years. Essentially, he got bored one day, went through MUTAHAR'S, Some Ordinary Gamers YouTube transcripts, and found some inconsistencies in his claims of his background being a fucking engineer, and basically found out that he's essentially lying about being an engineer. And that kind of blew it wide open. People calling him a fraud and all this malarkey. And the update is that he came out and essentially admitted it, kind of copped to it essentially in a weird way, but also acted like he didn't want to talk about it anymore. But I guess some people are going to continue talking about it as NICKANDROS has continued, making a new video, just dropped 2 hours ago, that says this wasn't MUTAHAR'S first time. So let's check out the recent update, the latest update on this ongoing drama of MUTAHAR, aka Some Ordinary Gamer, being exposed as a liar. Let's hear.
Welcome, I'm NICKANDROS. You may have seen my previous video, MUTAHAR'S been a fake engineer for 10 years. The video's been way more successful than I ever expected.
No.
I assumed it would simmer in the background for a month before I released my big video, but it blew up instantly, and MUTAHAR has responded. In the video, I exposed MUTAHAR for giving inconsistent statements about his educational background and qualifications. Did he go to university for computer engineering or computer science? Did he drop out after a semester, or does he leave it open to leave his audience to conclude he graduated? Sometimes he'll talk about STEM degrees while claiming to be an engineer and therefore biased in favor of them, despite the fact that he has no such degree.
Is it bad if you don't get a STEM degree? Look, I'm gonna sound biased as fuck, but STEM degrees all the way. I'm gonna sound biased because, you know, as an engineer, like, you know, you want to get the degree that's gonna get you a job. You know?
Jesus. And like I said before, he clearly did it as like a form of like positive stereotyping. Because he looks the way he does, he knew people would think, if he says he's an engineer, based on his image and his disheveled fucking unkept nature, that people would think he is an actual engineer, because he kind of reminds you of, you know, you're someone that works in IT, someone that works in the product department of your fucking company and shit. So it's a really good lie. And it kind of makes me think, maybe I should have lied more in my career. Maybe I should have lied more in my life, because it feels like the liars, the cheats, and the scammers are doing some crazy, crazy things, and they get into the fucking bag. They are getting to the fucking bag.
No, a good job. Not saying other degrees can't, but like, you gotta be smart.
If he wasn't trying to be deceptive, why didn't he say, I don't have a degree, but I'm still an engineer? By the way, it does seem to be the case that merely holding yourself out to the public as an engineer is a violation of the law in Ontario where MUTAHAR lives. As Professional Engineers Ontario, a self-regulatory body, not a random engineer labour union, has fined a politician in 2016 for introducing himself as an engineer on television when he wasn't a licensed engineer.
Jesus Christ, I didn't know it was that deep. Fucking hell. You can actually get fined for referring to yourself as not an like that doesn't even happen if you sorry, that doesn't even happen if you refer to yourself as a doctor, does it? Because there's various types of doctorates. So you can, you know, be a doctor of psychology, physiology, whatever it is, but then you can make it seem like you're a doctor in medicine and shit. And people can, you know, or maybe
Powerful bunch.
The episode needs to appreciate you.
We should have seen the signs. Engineers don't make out with their homies. Can't believe the sky slipped past us.
Exactly. Or maybe they do. Maybe that's what all the engineer homies do. Maybe all the engineers, because they're working so hard and they don't have time to have a social life or whatever else it may be. Maybe this is what all engineers get up to. Maybe all engineers do end up eventually fucking each other.
Do note that this person used to be a fully licensed engineer, degree-holding professional engineer, but because he was no longer licensed, he lost the right to call himself an engineer. There is no jail time for breaking this law, only a fine if you refuse to cease misusing this protected title. Despite admitting at points that he was a former engineer, that he was a dropout, MUTAHAR was introducing himself as an engineer as recently as June of 2025.
I feel like a doctor trying to explain like how fucking medical procedures work as an engineer telling people that AI is like...
We should have known he wasn't an engineer based on the fucking his office setup, right? The cable management is non-existent, all the shit all over the table, drinks, no coasters, the lack of fucking, whatever, production quality maybe. There's something about his nature or his surroundings that scream not engineering. There's lack of finesse there, lack of order, lack of cleanliness, lack of precision going on there,
And at times, he leaned on these credentials to sound more authoritative.
Exactly.
I also constructed a timeline which demonstrated that MUTAHAR has been a former engineer for a decade. He was getting a videography diploma, he worked as a video editor, but in 2019 he began calling himself not just an engineer, but a computer engineer. Note that he has never called himself a software engineer. A computer engineer isn't some Canadian English version of a software engineer. It's a much more hardware development focused engineering discipline, closer to electrical engineering. MUTAHAR does not display this kind of knowledge or skill in his content. It took him months to switch the batteries on his fucking smoke detector. He's been called...
So it's not a black thing then, right? That's a meme over there in the US. Isn't there a politician? Yo, you guys can be so racist but so funny. Isn't there a politician in the US who every time they speak in House of Congress, whatever, somebody plays the sound of a fire alarm, the smoke detector battery run out sign or something, but they can't find out who it is. Someone's just playing it on their phone, deet deet deet, like the whatever. I'm sure I read it somewhere. It's some black lady is getting trolled every time she speaks. Somebody plays the fucking fire alarm. It's like fucking hell, man. So bad.
Calling himself a computer engineer for a decade because of computer work he did in high school. He claims to have done penetration testing, that he's a cybersecurity expert, that he does network security, and that he was coding bank applications as a high schooler.
I'm pretty sure this is true. Hold on, let's see. Politician, smoke detector, sound. I'm pretty sure I heard this. Where is this? There we go. Yeah, see? There. Jasmine CROCKETT. See there? See? There we go. Jasmine CROCKETT's.
Since we've been sitting here for I don't know how long?
Yes, I've been taking a tally.
Oh, okay. Can you show us? Can you tell us what the tally is?
More than 35 times the Republican witnesses and Republican members of the committee have used the word if.
Thank you so much for that. Because honestly, if they would continue to say if or Hunter and we were playing.
That is so fucking racist, but so funny. Oh my god, bro.
Playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now. Because I promise you, they have not talked about the subject of this, which would be the president. But let me tell you something that was so disturbing as I walked in.
Oh, bless her, man. That is so fucking mean. That is so fucking mean. Oh my god, man. They keep playing the House, yeah, there we go. House investigating which representative is playing the smoke detector low battery beeps whenever Rep Jasmine CROCKETT begins speaking. Honestly, so fucking crazy. So fucking crazy. What a good troll. Anyway, let's go back to the video.
He claimed he would have made a lot of money in these fields, but also that it was a dead-end job. Is there any proof that these jobs were ever real? Is there proof that his globe-trotting video engineer career was real? I don't know. According to further research by Harmful Opinions, MUTAHAR called his work blue-collar computer programming before he switched to calling it engineering in 2015, and that term stuck with him for 10 years, misleading millions of people into perceiving him as far more qualified and educated than he was. Others have pointed out that he used his credibility to smear Mama Max as having possessed child sexual abuse material, bestiality, or animal abuse videos.
The video that you would have to be hashed by the FBI or any of these agencies as actual child porn. And it would.
No, it wouldn't. I don't know where he's saying this. He literally just read a Reddit post.
There was no proof of this. The only reason he was believed was because he was perceived to have these high credentials. MUTAHAR'S initial response to my video was to ban the word engineer from his comments. When that didn't succeed, he stopped uploading for a week and went quiet on social media.
So at this point, you know, we're about like a week into not crapping, right?
He did private a video which Harmful Opinions covered in one of his videos, and he wiped an entire channel of podcasts he used to do with his friends, meaning that he was following this quite closely behind the scenes. Now he's back, and he's made a 2-minute response buried 3 minutes into a random 32-minute video. Let's see it.
Now, YouTube's pretty much engineered, I would say, in their mind, it seems a pretty foolproof way of isolating kiddies from adults. Now, I use the E word over there, and I want to just start talking a little bit. I know there's been some drama.
I use the E word. Hilarious.
And I want to kind of address things here really quickly. So obviously, I have been calling myself a engineer, in some cases a programmer, a cybersecurity engineer, whatever you can call it. And, you know, I apparently have also been a dropout, which I don't hide. Now, obviously, me being a dropout, I don't have a degree, so I'm not a certified or licensed engineer. Now, I made a lot of videos in the past where I've taught you guys about computer safety, cybersecurity, a lot of this stuff, and I think that content stands up on its own. And I believe it actually can be used, you know, and people have learned from it, and I think that's great. Now, if you feel offended, if you feel wronged that I called myself an engineer while not being a degree-holding engineer, then for that I do apologize. And I will denigrate myself to, you know, I guess programmer or a fat Indian guy that knows a bit about computers. That's what I'll leave it at. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Now, again, if you want to stick around...
Yeah, big up Sun Disease.
He using the hard R at the end of the E word.
Awesome. If you still feel wronged and this does not suffice for you, then I don't really give a fuck. Simple as that. Boy. Now, again, that being said, if anything else comes out of this, you know, whether there be some legal stuff, then I'll just let lawyers handle it and we'll call it at that. But that being said, I want to move forward, and that's pretty much the engineered response that I had to give.
I ended my video in a pretty melodramatic phrase. The only power I have is the one you give me when you lie. That was my awkward, cringy attempt at conveying to MUTAHAR in a brief and concise manner that as long as he keeps lying, all he does is hurt himself. He had the choice of telling the truth, but once again, he's misled his audience about what happened. He is betting on them not knowing anything about the situation, and he's omitting massive amounts of context in an effort to mislead them. He's been, among other things, misappropriating a protected title for a decade to come across as more authoritative to his audience. He's been lying to them for 10 years.
Now, if you feel offended, if you feel wronged...
Every little thing, from the visuals to the word choices, is him dodging accountability and attempting to downplay it. Hey, look, I'm in on the joke, ha ha ha. Look at these videos where I'm looking at code and computer code looking things. I must be pretty advanced. Apparently I'm a...
Computer code looking things? It's like when you do the view source code thing, isn't it? Mutahar definitely would have been the person that would have scammed Brendan with the 600 pages by doing the views like that shit, right? What is it? Is it view source code? View page source. This is how that's how Brendan got scammed in it. Someone just did this on the Reddit. Developer, programmer, hey. or even worse. What's that one? What's that? Inspect. Yeah, inspect is probably the better one, right? That probably did inspect element and just print screen that entire thing, make it look like you're hacking YouTube. Oh Jesus Christ!
A dropout without any higher education that an engineer would have? I don't know why that's relevant. He claims he doesn't hide it, but this bitch has called himself an engineer like 70 times, while he's revealed himself to be a dropout like 5 times. Your audience doesn't see all of your content. If Mutahar believed that was true, he would be smart enough not to lie like this in the first place.
Now, I made a lot of videos in the past where I've taught you guys about computer safety, cybersecurity, a lot of this stuff, and I think that content stands up on its own. And I believe it actually can be used, and people have learned from it, and I think that's great.
Claiming that people have learned from his content is an incredibly low bar, and not something that was contested in the first place. If you like to use the brush tools in Photoshop, did you know that by holding down Alt and right-click, you can move your mouse to change the size and the hardness of your brush? Congratulations! Thousands of Photoshop users watching this video just rushed to open the software in order to try that trick. People have learned from this video, but I don't need to call myself a graphic design engineer or someone working in TV and film to woo an audience. If I made content that I believed stood up on its own, I wouldn't have to inflate my credentials.
I'm just hoping this doesn't happen to Charlie, man. Moist Critical. I really like him. I'm really hoping we don't one day find a fucking expose on him and he's some douchebag or he did. I just hope it isn't the case, because I used to like watching Some Ordinary Game. Don't get me wrong, I didn't watch a lot of his stuff all the time, but whenever some video will pop up, I didn't mind listening to his opinions in the background. But I hope this doesn't happen to fucking Moist Critical. Please. Please, please. I'd hope the Moist Critical hasn't got some crazy lie that's going to be exposed soon. Hope it's not the case.
So this is a nonsense statement.
Me being a dropout, I don't have a degree, so I'm not a certified or licensed engineer.
His phrasing here implies he is still an engineer, just not a degree-holding engineer. What engineer are you then?
Exactly.
After 10 years of bragging about it in public, making it our business, you should be able to tell us, where did this come from? What are your credentials? What work have you done? You believe in open source software, you call yourself a programmer. Where's your GitHub? What contributions have you made in the past 10 years? Then he tries to guilt trip people by saying he'll denigrate himself by calling himself just a programmer or a fat Indian who knows a bit about computers. He could have said that he was insecure in his youth and used the word engineer without knowing it was illegal to feel better about himself. Then that claim kind of stuck around and he was too embarrassed to admit that he wasn't one.
I just didn't know these people existed at adult age, That's what's bugging me out, because Mutahar is definitely the kid that we all grew up with who said they had all the computer consoles, but then you were never allowed around their house for whatever reason. Mum was ill, cat shit, dad was angry, they're redecorating the house. There'd always be a reason. But that person had every fucking console that was new at that time available. That person somehow would lie about their martial arts skills, would lie about their trainers, but they would never wear it, would lie about tracksuits they had, but never wear them. I never thought that person would grow up to be an adult and continue lying about their accomplishments and their, educational background, work. It's like, what? That is crazy. I've kind of heard, I think we've all maybe exaggerated some of our accomplishments or something. When it comes to our CVs, maybe we've added a couple months or taken away a couple of months, years maybe, on some of our job experiences. We put them in our CV, but I don't think I've outright lied that I haven't done. I don't think I've outright lied on a CV, on application. Just said, I made up a fucking role for myself and said I did it. Whereas I think he probably has done the same sort of thing. But then I wonder if maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe I'm the naive one. Maybe that's what you should be doing. Maybe you should be outright lying and saying, yes, I have management experience, many years of it. I'd rather just like fight to get the job and to compete with the other candidates by just being honest and saying, here's my experience, so that when I get the job, no one's under any false illusions, then lie and set up this high expectation for myself that I can't meet because I'm lying about my experience or my history. But I'm starting to think now that maybe most people are lying. Maybe most people out there are just lying about everything, and that's what you're meant to be doing. You're meant to be actually lying, not even fake it till you make it, lying until you make it. Maybe that's actually the way to go.
It would be so simple, but Mutahar cannot ever admit to having made a mistake, or at least take responsibility for it. What do you think makes you come across as a likable man of character? Someone with...
How does that happen then? How do a lot of these guys that do these, like, I guess what's it called? I guess they're like I guess they're commentary channels. How is it that a lot of these commentary channel guys that get called out end up being the type of guys that don't take criticism well or are allergic to accountability? So their entire job is predicated on them pointing a finger at others, wagging their fingers at others, judging others, calling out others. But when it comes to themselves, they find it very difficult to accept any responsibility for what they say and do. By the way, let me get rid of the poll because you can't see the chat. Big up everybody that voted in the poll. Let me get rid of the poll. Big up everybody that voted in the poll. So far, we got 71 votes in the poll for the last 6 hours. And so far, in the poll that says, will I make it to 31 days? 18% say yes. 41% say no. 41% said ask J. Jesus Christ. The majority of people don't think I'm going to make it. Okay, cool. No problem. Let me take a screenshot of that. But the majority of people don't think, 41% say no, 18% say yes. Jesus, let me end the poll now then. Fair play. The audience, the people have spoken. The people have spoken. I'm ending the poll now. Big up everybody that voted. Big up everybody that voted in the poll. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Hilarious, hilarious, hilarious.
With the footing to judge others, as you have done for years.
I'm kind of the fucking aficionado of handing out these reality checks to a lot of things.
Is it by being a coward who lies all the time, shifts blame, and never accepts their fallibility? Or is it by being someone who takes the blame for their mistakes, someone who knows their limits and speaks the truth? Do you believe your audience is entitled to the truth about who you are? Because they will only trust you as much as you trust them. They will respect you as much as you respect them. Now they've realized you're full of shit.
I was full of shit, literally. Like I was full of fecal matter.
And what's your response?
If you still feel wronged and this does not suffice for you, then I don't really give a fuck. Simple as that.
This behavior is not really to your benefit at all. It benefits your critics. But it especially benefits me. Now a large chunk of your audience and the public knows you're full of shit. And it's not that hard anymore to convince them that you've done this exact thing before. Dear viewer, did you feel confused when Mutahar came out with his video denouncing Nakstaku? Did you feel he was overreacting? That he was distancing himself from him pretty hardcore relative to his actual points of discontent? Well, that's just like what happened here. Mutahar omitted massive amounts of context, because if he told you the full truth, he would have to admit that while he was eager to attack and condemn creators like Eva Chris Tyson.
Yo, big up Mr. Mace. AZ, unrelated, based on your recent coverage, did you notice Santino was happy laughing along with Marin on Bad Friends when he opened for Joe several times and is supposedly one of his buddies? Yeah, I don't think Joe would have a problem with that. I think Santino has positioned himself similar to like Shane Gillis and those guys. I think Joe prefers that they like rib into him. I think Santino's one of those guys who's got permission to like give Joe a bit of a ribbon. Like Joe seems to enjoy having those type of people around him, because I'm assuming in Joe's everyday life he probably doesn't have many genuine interaction with comedians, because they're all desperate for him to give him a job, for him to like, you know, get them on the pod so they can sell more tickets and whatever else it may be. So he probably appreciates that people like Andrew Santino, Mark Norman, Shane Gillis, you know, can rip into him a bit. So I don't think he's gonna mind too much that Santino was laughing along, nodding away, understanding, giving Mark Maron his props in that interview. I don't think he'd be too bothered about it, to be honest. I don't think so, personally. Big up On 10 Toes. Is a type of personality you can't keep up for long. Any smudge on his record will destroy his rep. That's the thing though, Mr. 10 Toes. He's been lying about this allegedly for 10 years. So maybe there are some liars out there that are just really good liars, bro. He's been lying about this engineer thing for 10 years. And it took some random guy, big up NICKANDROS, right? 10,000. Look, this is a random channel, brother, right? 10,000 subscribers. It took a random person waking up one day thinking, hold on, there's some inconsistencies in this guy's claims of being an engineer. And he just voluntarily went through all the transcripts and found all the places where he said he was an engineer and found the common through line of the inconsistencies out there. So for 10 years, Mutahar got away with calling himself a fucking engineer and no one batted an eyelid. Maybe there were some people that were like a little bit, you know, put off by his demeanor or his attitude or how he came across, but nobody called into question that he was a fake engineer until this random YouTuber, NICKANDROS, decided to investigate. So there are some people out there that maybe are just really good at lying, man. Really fucking good at lying. Maybe Mutahar's one of those type of guys. Unfortunately, when it comes to lying, when you eventually get caught, all the time that you get away with it doesn't count. That's a problem with lying, though. Like, if you lie long in, like, you can lie for like, you know, many years, but when you finally get caught, you don't look back and think, oh, I had all those good years of lying. You're just still pissed off that you got caught and you feel embarrassed, you know, ashamed, whatever else, exposed, But he has made a lot of cash in the process. Like, he could probably retire if he wants to. His channel gets a lot of fucking views. He could probably retire now if he wanted to, so maybe lying actually pays.
For being fans of a lolicon artist, or for having kids on a Discord server with porn on it, he was running cover for and defending someone who turned that into their entire content model.
Exactly.
Forgive me, Lord, but I did it. Please forgive me. Stop sending Gentai. Why? I already lost No Nut November. Half of my class saw Aqua's butthole on my screen. To be fair, mad respect for sending Aqua's butthole. And your class should be thankful.
That's a post from Nuxtaku's subreddit. At the time this video was made, the OP of this post was a 12-year-old child. They were not a one-time poster, and they were not the only extremely young child that was involved in this community focused around adult content. There's plenty more material to cover in my bigger video. But let me tell you this, Mutahar was notified about this stuff in a confrontation almost exactly a year ago. What action did he take? Nothing. Because if the truth came out, he would look bad for being so close to Nuxtaku. This guy is sitting here telling you that the government needs to stay away from the internet. It's so horrible when people are forced to verify their age on social media. I know it's annoying. I know it's frustrating. And I know it can be used for information control, mass manipulation, censorship, blah blah blah. But I've seen what it looks like when these man-children self-regulate. What it looks like when they are holding each other accountable. And what I mean by that is that they don't. They are 100% willing to prioritize their career, income, and their ego over the safety of children on the platform. But that's a story for the bigger video. Some people have unfortunately gotten the idea that I'm going to expose Mutahar as some kind of a pedophile. That is not the case. He's not refusing to call this stuff out because he secretly condones it. He is simply just that much of a total bitch, afraid of any controversy, with a chance it might stain his reputation. A worthless, spineless pushover. Wow. Somehow, his actions in this situation were even more pathetic than pretending to be different kinds of engineer for a decade.
Jesus fucking Christ. Wow, okay. Mr. Mutahar, your next move, please, sir. Your next move, please, sir. But it's funny how these things happen, isn't it? For the longest time, this guy had, like, I won't say a spotless reputation, but he was kind of the caller outer. Like, I remember that stream where he jumped on calling out fucking Boogie for lying about cancer and shit. He was that person, innit? That you'd get on a stream to talk to, like, the common sense guy, right? The rational guy, critical thinking guy. Then one fucking thing happens and then suddenly all kind of spirals out of control. And now suddenly everything, his entire character is being called into question. It's pretty funny how that happens, man. Happens so quickly. Read through the comments quickly, what people are saying here. What's the comments here from NICKANDROS for the next video? They implicate this is not a next time. It's like a month away. Also at the end, I could have been more clear. My point, that's very right. Sometimes I don't give a fuck. Quietly private videos, bans keywords from comments, exactly. One of his friends coincidentally deletes their channel after they're trying to defend Mutahar on Reddit. Buries his statement in the middle of a slop video, so most of us won't stick around long enough to see it. But he doesn't care, guys, honestly. Exactly. I love his apology. I'm sorry you feel that way. I guess I'll belittle myself by calling myself a programmer now. I lied to you, but if you liked it, I don't give a fuck. If you didn't like, Mutahar engineered his downfall. Everyone who unsubscribes breaks my heart too. I don't really give a fuck. To everyone who's financially supported me for the past 2 decades, betrayal of trust because they deflect responsibility. By the way, I also saw a video, and I'm wondering if you guys think the same. Content creators are overly like complimentary of their audience and do a lot of like, I love you guys, you guys mean so much to me. I think that's a red flag that you're a scammer, man. I think there's something very emotionally manipulative about that sort of stuff. I love you guys, like, because I saw a clip where Mutahar was saying that sort of thing. You guys mean the most to me, man. You guys give me the reason for living. It's like, relax, man. Like, what's with this love bombing? Like, chill. And I think there's something to be said for content creators who have that, who do that to their audience or say that to their audience, and who turn out to be scammers, who turn out to be liars, turn out to be charlatans. There's something about that. There's something about that, man. Big up Don Dotto. You never catch AZ love bombing his chat. Nah, never. I don't even love bomb in real life. You get me? Just through the DM still. Saying he taught people cybersecurity is like the epic mealtime saying they taught people cooking. It's true. It's like what's that? Sin Sammy's or that saying they taught people film school. Or Cine Mason something. It's like donut operator saying he taught people how to be cops. What a ridiculous statement. Holy, I'm unemployed for watching this 1 minute out of release. My only solace is that he will always be the thing he hates. A YouTuber with a 9 to 5 without a STEM degree. Or a dropout, whatever thing. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Because he always makes a point of saying that YouTube isn't his main gig. YouTube isn't my main gig. I've got a 9 to 5. So there is something about Mutahar where he has this self-loathing, similar to me with DJing. As much as I want to become a professional DJ and I'm, you know, on my journey to securing that dream of driving at that fucking destination, there is a part of me that has a real disdain for DJs, real disdain for DJ culture, real disdain for nightclubs, real disdain for people that go to, I mean, like there's like a self-hatred there that drives me. So I wonder if that's part of what he has, where he has a real disdain for the fact that he has to rely a big chunk of time, like a big chunk of his time is taken up making YouTube videos. You know, he relies heavily on that YouTube check and shit. Maybe that's why he lies about having a 9 to 5, so that he can, you know, kind of convince himself that his reality isn't his reality. The completionist is waiting for his buddies Carl, Jobst, and Mutahar in the bottomless pit. He gaslit his entire audience, came out to basically say, I lied, you got caught, I don't give a fuck, the lawyers will handle it, and his bottom feeder fans will gobble it up. It's not about bringing him down, but as a viewer on his content for many years, I expected him to take ownership. People don't care about morals or truth anymore. That's why I'm surprised he even apologized. I'm not gonna lie. Mutahar's fans are not gonna care anyway. If he's an engineer or not an engineer, they'll just like him. That's why I'm surprised he even apologized. These days, you don't have to apologize if you got a fan base. These days is basically, or in this era we live in now, it's the era of the dickhead, right? It's the era of the unapologetic dickhead. You can be unapologetically a dickhead and get away with it, make loads of money, make bank, be successful, you know, have good content, whatever it may be. So there's not a need to apologize as it was in the past, because in the past I felt like people apologize as a way to kind of get back into the good graces of people, as a way to kind of win back your fans, as a way to maybe get back your sponsors. These days, if someone drops you as a sponsor, they're never going to re-sign you, really. It doesn't really happen. I can't think of a good example. Maybe Shane Gibbs is the last example of somebody that kind of got welcomed back into the fold. Most of the time, when you get cancelled, you got cancelled. So there's no real point of apologizing, because the industry, quote unquote, is never going to, you know, put their arm around you again. So I'm surprised he even apologized, because he definitely doesn't feel like he's sorry. He definitely doesn't feel sorry, I don't think. So why apologize? Just kind of, you know, whatever. But I guess he cares a lot about how people see him too. So I guess he went to try and win over the court of public opinion. Another one says here, I literally learned in engineering school in Ontario that we aren't allowed. Oh, by the way, he's not American, by the way. He's Canadian, right? If I'm not mistaken too. That we aren't allowed to call ourselves engineers just because we graduated a degree. It really shows how much he engaged with his beloved engineering field. Hearing Nox Taku for the brief seconds was nails on a chalkboard. I left this comment on another video, but I'm gonna leave it here. Shouldn't let it get to me. But his fans really irritate me with the whole I don't care less if he lied. It's not a big deal even the slightest. First off, Mutahar himself said he lying pissed me off to no end. He's still a massive hypocrite for not holding himself to that standard. Second of all, you know for a fact that if someone like Boogie was caught lying about their credentials, exactly, good point, Mutahar would make several takedown videos making fun of said individual, while his fans would be clapping and shouting, yeah, you take that lying bastard down, Mutahar. But whatever, they'd want to blindly worship some guy with no morals, but expect everyone to be perfect. There's life. Yeah. True, that's life. True. Another one says here, I'm genuinely curious if Mutahar's maintained this lie with his dad. Physicians are particularly sensitive about people claiming fake credentials, as they despise those who call themselves doctors without a medical degree. Yet here's his son of a doctor doing just that, but in another field of study. So either the story about his dad referring to himself as an engineer is fabricated, or Mutahar's lying about his own dad claiming to be a doctor. By the way, I think he probably lied about his everything. I remember there was a clip of him talking about his parents' achievements and accolades and shit, and his family. I think his auntie works for NASA or something. I think somebody that lies like he does, he probably lied about his entire fucking bloodline. I wouldn't believe a single thing that comes out of this man's mouth. But again, what do I know? What do I know? Big up NICKANDROS. Check out his video. NICKANDROS is a fucking G. This wasn't Mutahar's first time. Check out NICKANDROS. Fucking G. Fucking G. Fucking G. Let's move on. Let's do some Brendan content. So, as you guys know, Brendan's had a little bit of a tete-a-tete with Renato MOICANO. Renato MOICANO, right? Renato MOICANO and Brendan should have had a bit of tete-a-tete, mainly due to Brendan basically being very forward in his criticism of Renato's decision not to accept the money from that UFC lawsuit that everyone was getting given, right? That was going to give divvied out to the fighters. Renato's one of the few fighters that decided not to accept the money. Brendan then decided to go on Schaub show when it got announced that Renato wasn't taking the money, and essentially, take the piss out of him, essentially call him out for it, and essentially kind of, give him reading the right act as to why him turning it down isn't going to do what he thinks it's going to do. Some of it was projection from Brendan's side of things, but I think largely, a lot of people out there agreed with Brendan. A lot of people agreed with Brendan and said that Renato wasn't doing the right thing. He probably should have taken the money. That even if he's trying to bootlick and suck up to Dana, it's not going to work out for him because he's probably never going to be champion anyway, and get favorable matches and shit, blah 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 blah. And he should have taken the money and fought by his children, fought by his kids. And I never really found out, or before now, I never knew why he didn't take the money. I got the feeling from everyone talking online that it was mostly a bootlicking thing and him kind of sucking up to Dana White and kind of doing what fucking Donald Cerrone used to do, where you just take any fight to kind of appease Dana White and be in his good graces so he could always get fights and never get cut. But having listened to Renato on fucking Ariel Helwani's fucking podcast, it's clear that he has a very philosophical reason why he didn't accept the money. He leans a certain way when it comes to his politics and his worldviews and shit. So his reason for not taking the money is less to do with him bootlicking and mostly to do with how he views government, how he views stuff like welfare or whatever else it may be, or handouts in general, his interpretation of fucking monopolies. He has a very interesting opinion about the whole thing. So I want to play the whole thing, the whole affair. Gonna go from the start. So this is the video that set forward in motion the beef between Brendan and Renato. Big up Kipi. What is it? AZ Renato. So it's not Renato, it's pronounced Renato. Okay, cool. big up Kipi. Okay, we're gonna go with Renato, then not Renato. So we're gonna go through all the clips and we're gonna get to the end where essentially Brendan claps back at Renato, and it's probably the most obnoxious, insufferable version of Brendan when he's trying to act like he's right, be smarmy, condescending, insulting, It's just a really strange reply and clap back to Renato. But again, I understand why, because Renato did kind of call him out and say his comedy sucks and shit. But it's a weird behavior to have being a former UFC fighter. Like the way he kind of was talking to Renato on the Tfatk pod, it kind of felt like the way that MMA Guru would talk to somebody, right? And he's just like a content creator, random guy type of thing, which makes kind of sense. You'd imagine if you're a former fighter, you'd have a bit more tact, a bit more class about the way you kind of talk to or criticize former fighters, because you've also been in the octagon. You know how hard it is to do said thing. You know how kind of brutal and unforgiving that sport can be. But regardless, let's go on. So this is the first blow. The caption says, UFC fighters turning down the antitrust lawsuit money is absolutely mind-blowing to me, to say the least. So let's play the clip that got Renato really hot and bothered in the first place.
MOICANO turns down $200K settlement check in a bizarre display of UFC solidarity. Here's the thing, MOICANO. That money is...
By the way, I like how he mispronounces his name. MOICANO. It's MOICANO, right? It's MOICANO. It's not MOICANO. But yeah, big up, you know. This guy can barely pronounce English words. He's not going to pronounce a fucking Portuguese surname, is he?
Getting allocated no matter what, buddy. No matter what. You being a company man and not taking it doesn't give you an inch of good grace with the UFC. This does not matter.
But maybe it does, though. I know he's saying it doesn't, but maybe it does, because maybe Renato's never going to become a champion again. But doing stuff like this, being somewhat a bit of a company man, will put him in the good graces of Dana. Dana's still going to look at it favorably and probably not going to cut him anytime soon. So yes, he's not going to get a championship fight anytime soon, but he's probably not going to get cut even if he goes on a 4-loss streak or something, 5-loss streak. So maybe in the long term it's better, because he's going to pick up a check for every fight, but he's not going to get cut if he loses every fight. Big up Salaziz.
Macarena done get it. More money means more kibidak.
Exactly. And there's a fundamental difference in their philosophy and worldview, because Brendan just never understands the notion of turning down. For instance, remember when Brendan was saying, "Oh, I will do Tfatk without the money. We're not in it for the money. We do it because we love it." It's like, for somebody that can do stuff and not do it for monetary gain, he seems to really lack any understanding of somebody doing something and not taking the money, or not doing something for monetary gain. He seems to really have a hard time understanding it.
There's guys that are more famous than you that are fighting right now that are taking their settlement. You will never make more money than when you fought Islam for the belt. That will never happen to you again. And your wife's fucking pregnant. You have a fucking young kid. You're never going to be champion. And you want to give up $200,000.
That's kind of disrespectful, isn't it? No? Talking about somebody's finances is one thing, you know, pocket watching is one thing, but then mentioning their wife and their child, essentially calling the man a bad husband, a bad father, especially Brendan with his kind of like fake baseball dad, present dad thing going on, because essentially got caught cheating and had to stay at home now and quit stand-up comedy, and now he's doing this whole like cosplaying, LARPing as a fucking present dad. But for the most part, you know, for the early part of his kid's life, he was not present and touring around the country and not giving a fuck, and letting his wife just look after the kids by herself. But now that he's, you know, doing this whole baseball dad LARP thing, imagine if somebody else tried to question his parenting. If someone tried to refer to him as not being a beast of a dad, imagine how he would take it. So yes, maybe MOICANO kind of, you know, insulted some of his comedy and hit under the belt, but Brendan was kind of disrespectful in this rant. He didn't need to add all that extra spice. He could have just said, "Hey, take the money. Don't be a company man. Don't be fucking stupid. Take the fucking money." But he didn't need to add those little bits in there, like insinuate that he's a bad husband, insinuate that he's a bad father because he's not taking the check from the UFC.
Just so you know, MOICANO, Dana bets with $200,000 every night.
And why is he shouting as well? Why is he getting so angry and animated? It's got nothing to do with you. And surely if this settlement is the way I think it is, wouldn't MOICANO not taking the money mean that he gets a part of that money? Wouldn't that money then get divvied out to everybody else? Whoever doesn't collect it in time, wouldn't that rest of it get divvied out? So why would you be bothered? I don't understand why he's being so angry, especially with somebody as well who has been trying to suck up to Dana for the last, you know, few years. You know, him and Dana clearly don't get along, or Dana fucking hates him. But Brendan's trying to get back into his good graces and suck him off. It's a weird stance to have, but I just don't understand the vitriol and the fucking anger he's coming towards fucking Renato here. So it doesn't make any sense.
Like it ain't shit. So if you think in his mind he's going, well, MOICANO didn't take the money, let's hook this guy up. You don't know the fucking world, dude. And you're in the fucking...
See how insulting it is? You don't know the fucking world, dude. You're a shit dad, you're a shit husband, you're dumb.
Most cutthroat business in the world, and you're letting it pass you by. But you think you're being a good company man with a company that could give 2 fucks about you.
Do you think Brendan thinks Renato is dumb because he's not from England, or because he's not American, because he comes from a country outside of America? Do you think Brendan has that kind of way of thinking? Because he speaks with an accent, because he speaks somewhat broken English, because English is his second language, or it's not his first language. Do you think Brendan just thinks people who are not from America are just dumb? It's just a weird... It's interesting because he's really dumb. So it's interesting why he thinks just because he's American that he's smart, when he's maybe the most dumbest person we've ever seen in fucking content ever.
It's mind-blowing. Renato MOICANO turns down 2...
So that was a clip that went viral. Then Renato MOICANO actually replied in the comments, right? And said, it's nothing to do with the UFC. I don't expect the UFC to treat me well because of this. The UFC is a company. A company doesn't like you, quote unquote. They want profit. This is about principles. I knew about the deal. I signed the contract. A contract is nothing more than your word. I'm not going back on my word just to gain a financial benefit. I don't expect anyone to understand that. Again, I don't personally agree with it. I understand his point of view. I don't agree with it. I think he should have just taken the money anyway. But he's plainly laid clear here that he's okay with the contract that he signed. He's happy to negotiate for more, but he doesn't want to take that money. And I think he has every right not to take that money. If you have an option to take it or not to take it, I don't see what the big deal is if he doesn't take it. I really don't see what the big deal is. Like nowadays, when it comes to the whole fighter pay conversation, I think most of us have moved on. Most fighters don't seem to give a fuck as much as the fans do. There's no unionization happening. Dana White and the UFC aren't going to increase pay anytime soon. It just is what it is. The fighters have to just figure it out on their own. So they're figuring it out on their own. But then you can't complain and cry when some people don't figure it out and do forget. Do you know what I mean? It's too late now. There's enough information out there. If you don't know what you're signing up for, then you're the fucking dummy. You have to kind of figure it out before you sign up for, you know, your deal within the UFC. So I have no problem with Renato deciding not to take that deal. No issue whatsoever. It's his business. If you just want to take it, more power to him. Brendan obviously disagreed. Well, it now came to a head recently on Tfatk because Renato, sat down with Ariel Helwani. Yes, the legend that is Ariel Helwani sat down with Renato MOICANO and got an interview with him, and he had some not so nice words to say about Brendan during that interview. It was really fucking good. So let's play that clip. Let's play that clip now.
And give your opinions. I don't care. You can give your opinions. Again, I did not watch a show, and I did not watch Brendan Schaub or whatever did, because
Brendan Schaub, I love it. Brendan Schaub, I love it.
He spent a whole hour talking shit about me. I saw a small clip and I commentating on that, but I'm not gonna be watching every clip that people talk shit about me.
By the way, that was an hour. He's right. It was nearly an hour of him ranting. Brendan ranting about why MOICANO should have accepted the money. He took the money. He's an idiot. He's dumb. So it wasn't just like a little clip of him disagreeing. It was a real fucking rant, a real hate creed towards him. So he has every right to be like, get fucked.
You know, it is what it is. You can do whatever you want.
We didn't talk shit about you here. We didn't talk shit about you here, just for the record. I just want to
record area.
I didn't talk shit. I was saying I respect you and like you. You don't believe me, huh?
No, I believe you, and especially now what you say, because that's my whole point too. That was not about UFC being a monopoly. My point was that's not what about fighters pay. That was about to grab some cash, and that was good for the UFC. That's what people don't get it. That was awesome for the UFC. You give 300 millions. That's no money for the UFC,
drop in the
and
bucket.
everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And you drop the lawsuit, and now UFC is not labeled as a monopoly, as I think it should be. But if I was in the lawsuit, you know, I would not take the money anyways.
Yes, keep up the great work. And
Here it comes,
and,
here it comes, here it
and way to
comes.
stand on your morals and principles.
Here it comes.
And fuck
Last
everyone
thing
else.
that I want to
Yes.
say. Last thing that I want to say is, sometimes when I'm doing the Show Me the Money podcast, I cannot articulate like that. I cannot say the things that I believe on because it's a 1 hour show, and I have to be funny. You know, I have to be funny. I want to be funny.
Sure.
I'm speaking on my second language, and so that's why I can understand why the people clip and they say, "Hey, this guy is dumb," you know. And if you think yourself as dumb, think the people that watch the Brandon Schaub show on YouTube, the comedian.
That's great comedic timing, isn't it? That is great comedic timing, actually. For somebody whose English isn't their first language, right? That is really good comedic timing. You waited right until the end. A real good misdirect, isn't it? That was a really good fucking misdirect. That was fucking brilliant. If you think I'm not funny, if you think I'm dumb, think about the person that watches Brendan Schaub's podcast. So fucking good.
They special. That's fucking terrible. Okay, brother. Even I can do better than that shit, brother. And I don't even speak English, and I can be funnier than you, my brother.
My
So,
gosh. Papa catches a stray. Oh dear. Oh
okay.
dear.
Thank you so much, Ariel, for the platform.
Always.
Everybody that wants to follow me, go to my social media, Money Moicano on YouTube. And if you want, buy a fucking t-shirt, my brother.
Yes.
Hey, this is the
good.
Portuguese one. You know, I have both now.
Yes, we
because-
have 2 now. You see, we show you love.
Thank you so much, Renato Money Moicano and the Money Moicano. Show me the money, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
is it? Big up Kipi, you're right. The pronunciation is Renato, not Renato. It's Renato Moicano. Big up Kipi, big up Kipi.
You know, I'm not in the good wise with the UFC, so buy my stuff and support me on the social media.
Okay, thank you so much. There he is, the great Renato Money Moicano. What a guy. What a character. Papa catching a stray on the...
Papa catching all the strays. Forever catching strays. Fucking brilliant. And big up Ariel Hawani's maturity for not, you know, joining in and jumping in and kicking, you know, Brendan while he was down. Because I would have definitely added a couple of kicks in there, but he resisted the urge. Big up Ariel Hawani for resisting the urge to give Papa some kicks down there, while Renato decided to lay into Brendan with that expert misdirect. That was such a good misdirect. I need to play that again, actually. That was such a good misdirect, bro. That was fucking brilliant.
And fuck
last
everyone
thing
else.
that I want to
Yes.
say. Last thing that I want to say is sometimes when I'm doing the Show Me the Mind podcast, I cannot articulate like that. I cannot say the things that I believe on because it's a 1 hour show, and I have to be funny. You know, I have to be funny. I want to be funny.
Sure.
I'm speaking on my second language, and so that's why. I can understand why the people clip and they say, "Hey, this guy is dumb," you know. And if you think yourself as dumb, think the people that watch the Brandon Schaub show on YouTube, the comedian, the special. That's fucking terrible. Okay, brother. Even I can do better than that shit, brother. And I don't even speak English, and I can be funnier than you, my brother.
my
So,
gosh. Papa catches a stray. Oh,
So fucking good. Big up Renato. Moicano, what a fucking legend. Anyway, Papa saw that, obviously. Brendan Schaub saw that and was not too happy. Even though Moicano did leave a reply around the same time Brendan made a comment. So 2 weeks ago when it happened, Moicano replied to Brendan's video. Brendan didn't talk about it on the Schaub show, I don't think. I don't think Brendan clapped back on the Schaub show. Moicano did reply soon after. Did he leave a reply here on the comments? Let's see if he left a reply. Let's see. I'm curious to see if Brendan actually replied to Moicano's comment here. Let's see. Bear with me a second here. I'm going through all the replies. Let's see. I want to see if Brendan actually replied to Moicano's reply to his video. No, he didn't actually. He didn't reply. Loads of people commenting there. But he didn't reply. For some reason, Brendan didn't reply to this. But when Brendan saw that clip from Ariel Helwani's show, it got under his skin and he decided to clap back. So this is Brendan Schaub clapping back at Moicano's rant there on the Ariel Helwani show. Now let's hear
college stuff.
Speaking of college stuff,
yeah.
did you see finally Moicano respond to me criticizing him not taking the
Moicano?
By the way, I hate that he said finally, because it makes it feel like he was only saying those things about Moicano to get him to reply. It seems like he was kind of, what's the thing called? Clout chasing, right? He was rage baiting. That's what it kind of sounds like. So he's purposely saying these outlandish things, being really animated and screaming and shit, so that he can go viral and so that the person he's speaking about can maybe clap back so that he can have some sort of back and forth on social, which is really lame, to be honest. He's acting like that, at his big age, with his experience, getting into that muck and being that type of content creator, being that type of person online is fucking disgusting, and not a good way to earn your money, I would say. But hey, whatever. The other thing I also don't like, this is a little bit of a nitpick. Am I the only person that gets a little bit annoyed at the way he fucking puts his feet on that table? And it doesn't matter, it's a podcast, he can do what he wants, it's his studio. But am I the only person that gets a little bit pissed off when he sees his feet like that on the table like that? Just sit down properly. Why are you putting your feet on the table? Why are you putting your trainers, your fucking outdoor shoes on the table anyway in the first place? What are you doing? It's a little bit too comfortable. It's a little bit too relaxed. It's a little bit too, it's like he's giving us a middle finger. I don't know, something about it. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, let's continue.
Moicano.
I did not see that.
He responded to me.
Look at the image they used, by the way. They used the pre-Ozempic. I love how they used the pre-Ozempic image. I love how they used it. I think Brendan saw it, so I took offense. I love how, what's his page? Whatever that page, I like how they used the pre-Ozempic image of Brendan looking all fat, bloated, and lumpy. I fucking love it.
Criticizing him for not taking the money. Now, let me be very upfront here. Him not taking the money helps me out. So at the end of the day, I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
By the way, he says I don't give a flying fuck. And before we continue, this clip, which I clipped from Tfatk episode 1111, this clip where he responds to Moicano is 13 minutes and 18 seconds long. In the first 20 seconds, he says, I don't care. I don't care. We saw that video of him ranting and shouting on his Instagram. But in this clip, he says, I don't care. Then proceeds to talk about it for 13 minutes. Fucking brilliant.
It actually puts more money in my pocket, Don Cerrone's pocket, some other fighters that could probably use it. But here's my thing, Bubba, and I'm a fan of Moicano. I expect...
I like how when he talks, he's arguing with somebody. I wonder if that's like a low IQ thing. He's like, here's the thing, Papa. What do you mean, here's the thing? I didn't say anything. He's like arguing with an imaginary person in his head. He's not addressing the points. He's not anything. He's just immediately defensive and arguing with somebody in his head. It's like, what do you mean, here's the thing, Papa?
Rebuttal. Whenever you criticize a fighter, we're fighters.
I think you went hard in the press. I think what he...
No, hold on. Let me finish. Yeah. So whenever...
what a dickhead. What a dickhead. I think you went hard in the press. Exactly. By the way, keep an eye on Bryan. This might be one of the only rare occasions I've seen Bryan not like cheerlead and not try and suck off Brendan and talk about how strong he... I mean, Bryan's a bit uncomfortable. Bryan's kind of looking at him like... To be fair, he's got a... Bryan, you can feel like agrees with Moicano. Bryan, I think, agrees. Yeah, you went kind of hard at him. He's only justified to go kind of hard at you. Look at Bryan's reaction. It's probably the only time I've seen him not fucking cheerlead, not cut out. Big up STANDUPCOMEDY.
Here's the thing, Bubba. It don't make sense.
Exactly. Watch. Just keep an eye on Bryan. Keep an eye on Bryan, kind of.
Whenever you call out a fighter, I expect a response. They're fighters. You call me out. If you're just a general fan or hater, I don't respond. If we're from the same...
So, like, he's somehow above... He's above the general people. He's in the fighters category. Now, I have to say this. I have to question this. Why is a former fighter calling out other fighters if they're not actively fighting? Why is you as a former fighter, now a journalist, whatever, media person, let's say journalist, he's definitely not a journalist, let's say media person, Why are you calling out fighters anyway as a media person? What business do you have calling out fighters? Why are you being antagonistic to fighters? Why are you being somewhat confrontational to fighters as a fucking media figure? Doesn't make any sense. Surely if you're a former fighter, you should have more understanding, more empathy when it comes to how, you know, it is to fight, the struggles, the sacrifices, the work that goes into it, the fucking success, the failures. You should be a little bit more understanding and maybe kind of choose your words carefully, because you know how sensitive fighters can be and how hard the sport can be in general, mentally, physically, whatever else it may be. So why are you even calling out fighters? Makes no sense. He might be the only fighter currently in UFC, or no, the only ex-fighter in UFC who has this type of personality, who has this type of approach when it comes to other fighters, where they generally all kind of hate him. They all kind of despise him. He's like a punching bag. He's, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like what the fuck is this? It's a strange way to go about doing things, really.
Alumni or you're professional, well, now you got my attention. And because I'm not going to come off as a bully there. Like with Nate Diaz, that's not bullying. He called me out. We're from the same fraternity. We can both fight.
Did he call you out though, really?
So if we fight, we both have a set of skills and we both agree to it. That's different than if you're just some schmuck at the bar. That's
Wait, why would it get to fighting? You call somebody out or they call you out. Why would it have to even get to fighting anyway? This guy is so unhinged, man. There's going to come a point where he's going to do something to somebody. He's going to get in a lot of trouble. There's going to come a point where some troll, some homeless cat's going to troll him in public and he's going to flip out and do something. He's going to get in a lot of trouble. He's really trying. He's got a lot of rage in him, innit? A lot of fucking weird, misdirected anger and shit. It's like, why are you thinking about fighting people because they're calling you out on your shitty fucking pics, on your terrible personality on podcast, on your tendency to interrupt, you know, on your horrible opinions, on your unfunny jokes, on your hacky sensibilities, on your cheating, whatever else. Like, come on, man. It's just work. Like, why are you getting so angry? And so, like, what? I thought fighters have to be a little bit more self-control. What's wrong with this guy?
not cool. If a professional beats up a average Joe, that's bullying, and that's not the way to do things. But if you're from the same fraternity, the UFC fraternity, well, now we can both play in this game.
So what is he saying? Is he saying he wants to fight MOICANO? So MOICANO replies to what you said about him, which was very insulting, very rude, very condescending. And now you want to fight him because he said you're shit at comedy.
But here's the thing with MOICANO is if you're going to...
MOICANO or MOICANO?
Start a beef. If you're going to go back and forth, buddy.
He didn't start it. You started it.
You can't wait. No, hold on. No, hold on. You can't wait 10 days to respond.
Didn't he reply 2 weeks ago? The same time that he made the video clip on his Instagram? Because I'm sure that's what MOICANO saw first. So he replied 2 weeks ago, around the same time Brendan posted in the first place. But Brendan didn't want to respond to this because it was a comment. So he's clearly doing this to go viral. He's clearly doing this for engagement purposes. You know, he wants to reply to the video. But it's right there. 2 weeks, 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
I don't know if it's a language barrier. I don't know if it's a translation thing where they had to figure out what I said. Either way.
Again, another unnecessary insult and sneak this there. Trying to assume that they don't talk English in Brazil, or MOICANO has no one around him that speaks English, or that he can't read English or listen. Like, what? If anything, am I going far here to say that MOICANO speaks better English than Brendan anyway?
Powerful bunch.
Big up Southeast.
Hey Renato MOICANO. We from the same fraternity. What are you gonna do, MOICANO?
Exactly.
I'll twist your freaking neck off with a Diet Coke.
Oh really? Big up Ryan Harty. Is that true? He lives in Florida, not Brazil. Okay, I didn't even know that. So it's like he's making it seem like he's in the fucking slums of Sao Paulo, right? Like what? Like he lives in Florida. It's fucking hilarious. He lives in Florida, probably drives a Cybertruck. It's like, why is he making it sound like he's never heard English, like, ever before? Like, he needs a translator all fucking times. So insulting.
Your handlers, you can't get back to me after 10 days.
Handlers. That diss from Rogan definitely stings, isn't it? He still mentions handlers to this day. You can tell that Rogan diss still fucking stings. Still stings.
Moved on. When someone and fans are hitting me up like, "Oh, MOICANO's taking shots," I went, "What?"
Fans are hitting me up. Why do old locals do that, by the way? Anybody that's watching this, please tell me in the stream chat. When I clip this afterwards, please tell me in the stream chat. Let me know. What is it about locals and always saying that people are sending them things? From DSP to Boogie to Wings. Why do they all say that? I didn't see it. Someone sent it to me. A fan sent. Like, who's sending? Like, who? What? Someone sent it to me. No, they didn't. You saw it yourself. Why are you lying that you didn't see it yourself?
Who? About what? I've moved. Dude, this is 10 years. It's like with Nate Diaz. It took him several days to respond, and all he said was, "You'd be surprised." Well, first of all, I've already moved on in my life, dude. And second of all, that's not original. That's
so because you moved on with your life and you're not a comedian anymore, no one can take the piss out of you being a shit comedian when you were a comedian. I don't think insults work that way. You don't get to dictate what is an insult, what isn't an insult, or the parameters, or what's a justified insult. It doesn't work that way. This guy is fucking broken in the brain. I've moved on. I'm not even a comedian anymore. That this doesn't land. It does land, mate. That's why you're ranting right now.
So weak. You're making a reference from fucking 12 years ago.
Reference or reverence? Do you say reverence or reference there?
So weak. You're making a reference from fucking weak. You're making a reference. Weak. You're making a reference. Weak. You're making a reference.
Taking a piss at somebody else's ability to speak the English language, and then you fuck up reverence for reference. You instead say reverence when you meant to say reference. You can't make it up, mate. You can't make it up. English is meant to be his first language. You know, even though he
powerful bunch.
Fucking Turkish. Big up Casey.
Still has never responded to Big Sexy Sean McCorkle.
Good point. Good fucking point. Good fucking point. Exactly, Casey. Good fucking point. Oh, I love the reverence.
Original. That's so weak. You're making a reference from fucking 12 years ago. And your team, your handlers, that's what you got. And with MOICANO, right? And this is proto.
By the way, was You Be Surprised 12 years ago? Was it 12 years ago? When did You Be Surprised release? I don't think it was 12 years ago, right? Was it 12 years ago? Let's see. I'm curious to see when that did release. When did You'd Be Surprised release? When did Brendan Schaub's You'd Be Surprised release? Uh, 2019. Yes, why is he saying 12 years ago? 2019. 2019. That's not 12 years ago, brother. 12 years ago. He's even lying about it, that. Like, he's a weird guy, bro. The lies are so fucking odd. 12 years ago. You wish it was 12 years ago. He wishes.
Typical chat GPT. How do I... This is prototypical...
What does prototypical mean? Prototypical, huh?
That's what you got. And with MOICANO, right? And this is prototypical chat GPT. How do I...
Is it Chad? And by the way, I love that. I love how... I have a feeling that he practiced this in the mirror. I have a feeling that he wrote this fucking rant out in the mirror, or he wrote this on his notes app, or he was thinking about it in a car ride there to the fucking studio. This sounds like a rehearsed rant. Chad GPT.
I talk shit to Brendan Schaub. Here it is. He's dumb. He's a meathead. He's bad at podcasting. He was a bad fighter. If I post a truck, did you flip it? The standard shit, right? The standard shit. None of it.
They're all pretty funny insults, to be honest. Every single one of them are funny. And also, I don't think every other fighter gets this type of treatment. Brendan might be the only former fighter that gets trolled and insulted this way. It's not normal, bro. It's not normal that people have so many. What did Elon say? Attack vectors. People have so many different attack vectors to go after him because he's done so many dumb things over the years, and he's such a hateable. Like, Theo was right actually. He's like such an easily hateable person, but he thinks this is normal. He thinks every person that's successful. No, every person that's successful doesn't get the level of hate that you do, mate. You might get a level of hate that you do because you're a fucking cunt.
It's original. So his team put in ChatGPT. How do I talk shit to Brendan Schaub? Again, he's in Brazil, so I don't know. Maybe it's a translation issue.
Yeah.
Where does Renato MOICANO live? Let's see, what does it say? Does it say anything? It doesn't say anything. Let's go on his Instagram. Let's go on his stories. What's he up to right now? Look, he's in that place. Where's that? Where's this place?
Fala, meus correligionários, Renato, Mani, Moicano aqui. E o Lax.
Whoops, it's linked to his fucking thing. I thought that was a location, my bad. He looks like having fun. I think he's fucking up Brendan, you know. I know they're different weight classes and shit. I think I put my money on him.
Ralando, meu brother. Ó quem tá aqui. What's up, guys? Today we have 7 p.m. no gi grappling at Kingdom. I will be teaching the classes. 7 o'clock, I see.
I keep forgetting that part. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be watching. Come on. Take your time. This man, boom, boom.
Oh, he used to be who's that guy? He used to be a fighter, innit? He quit, right? Or he got cut. Wasn't this guy a fighter? I think he had a bad knockout, didn't he? Who's this guy? I remember him, man. He was meant to be really good, but unfortunately, I don't think he lived up to his potential. Who's this guy with a bald head? He used to be a fighter, no? Is that him? Marlon Moraes? Didn't he get cut? Didn't he lose really badly to somebody? He was fucking good, man. Really jacked and ripped as well. He's a cop now. Okay, cool.
Let's go. This is just the warm up. 10 times, 10 times. Whoever finish last,
that looks fun, man.
Going to pay push-ups. Let's go, guys.
That looks fun.
Just the warm up. Let's go.
Kingdom Martial Arts. Okay. No gi grappling 7 Tuesdays. That's fucking fun. I'd fucking go to that. I'd fucking go to that. So yeah, big up Renato. Anyway, let's go back to Brendan talking shit.
If you think yourself as dumb, I never said I was dumb. I might call myself an idiot, but compared to him, I'm Elon Musk.
Well, he's not talking to you.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Why would you say that? What about the interaction would make him feel like he's smarter than him? Like, what about it? It's an interesting, like, I'd love to know what about the interaction would make Brendan believe that he is Elon Musk compared to the other guy, compared to fucking MOICANO. How and why? Jesus Christ, like it. I don't think I've seen a former fighter act like this with other fighters. Maybe Sean Strickland's the only real one. Maybe Sean Strickland, maybe Mike Perry, maybe to an extent. But Brendan must be the only fighter who has these sort of problems with other fighters. As a former fighter, he has no sort of like respect, no chill. But then he cries victim if they come after him. Strange guy, man. Very, very strange guy. He kind of acts like an outsider when he's not an outsider. I expect this sort of, you know, confrontation, this sort of like attitude from someone like myself, you know, just a regular person. You should have a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more tact, a little bit more class.
About that.
Think about my fans, which is, if you're listening to me, that means I'm dumb and he's dumb and the fans are dumb, right? And then he goes, Brendan Schaub's show on YouTube. Oh, it's a podcast, mainly audio. We do YouTube just for the fuck of it.
So
what? It's mainly audio. We do YouTube just for... No, you don't. You do YouTube because it pays. The sponsors that they have on their fucking podcast wouldn't sponsor it if it was just an audio only pod. They sponsor it because of the fucking advertisement they get on fucking YouTube. If YouTube didn't matter, why are you buying views? If YouTube didn't matter, why is he buying views to inflate the numbers to make it seem like the show's more successful than what it is? Obviously, in the back end, the audio numbers, they can scam those. I'm sure some of you guys that work in marketing know there's a whole racket that goes on with marketing spend and podcasts and audio and stuff. Like, it's a fucking crazy racket. And I don't blame them for running the scam because it's a very lucrative scam, because some marketing, some brands have a marketing budget that they have to spend every fucking quarter. Doesn't fucking matter. They have to spend it. So they sometimes spend it on podcast. And some of these podcasts on the audio side of things, you can inflate the numbers, or you can sometimes even, which I've seen, use numbers of your pod when it was more successful. So they'll use numbers based, they'll use the statistics of when the podcast was at its pomp around the time when he was in Joe Rogan's good graces, and then leverage those numbers to get more favorable rates on their fucking ads. But let's not act like YouTube isn't important. It is. They would not, like, if their YouTube channel got deleted tomorrow or they got demonetized, you'd see them on Patreon straight away. Try to make up the difference. So let's not act like the YouTube doesn't matter. It does.
And the comedy
read the
special.
whole quote,
Hold on. And the comedy special. Oh, you're talking about from 5 years ago?
Yeah.
This is, so it's just like, dude.
So you can't insult somebody if something happened. Like, that's not how it works, bro. It's not how it works. I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way.
And again, if you were going to come with this rebuttal, you got to do it at least within 24 hours. Otherwise, I'm out, bud. I'm not going to play your game. But if you're going to wait.
Didn't he start the game by doing that over animated, clearly trying to go viral, clout chasing, clip farming fucking response in the first place? He started it by flying off the handle because some UFC fighter's not taking the fucking check from the UFC, from the antitrust lawsuit. Like, he started it, and now he's trying to act like he's just replying back to something. Like, no, you started it, mate. And he didn't even say anything that bad anyway.
A fucking week, 10 days, however long this took to come up with this rebuttal, it has to be good.
Insulting his fucking acumen, insulting his ability to understand what you said is fucking hilarious, man. This is Brendan Shaw, by the way.
I'm like, all right, they took their time. They probably got some writers. Then I'm in. But when it's...
Oh, is that true? KP, Renato's YouTube has more views than Papa's. Is that true? That's fucking hilarious if true. That's fucking hilarious.
This, and listen, I like MOICANO. Him not taking the money helps me.
Whenever Brendan says he likes you, he doesn't like you. Because if liking somebody means ranting at them for 13 minutes, insulting their acumen, calling out their ability to be a good father, a good wife, a good husband, whatever, a good father and shit, taking the piss out of their ability to speak language and shit, all this malarkey, that's not someone I want to refer to as a friend or someone I'm cool with.
Me out helps the other fighters out. You're putting more money in my pocket. And MOICANO, I hate to tell you, 99.9% of UFC fighters, alumni, current fighters, staff, anybody who works at the UFC is on my side. You're not going to find...
So everyone agrees with me, you're right, I'm wrong, cool. Standard of reply from Brendan, right? Standard.
Many fighters that agree with you. Everyone thinks it's fucking stupid what you're doing. Now, again, I don't know MOICANO, and I don't know how far the dollar goes in Brazil. Maybe he's set.
Jesus Christ. What a condescending, obnoxious piece of shit, innit? Truly. Fucking hell. I don't know how far the dollar goes in Brazil. And then if someone cuts back and says something else to him, he's gonna start fucking crying. They're talking about twisting people's necks off and shit. This fucking guy.
Maybe he comes from family money. I think he was going to be a lawyer and dropped out of that to pursue fighting. So he's a smart dude.
Guy, yeah.
He's a very smart guy. And he's entertaining.
He's great.
And here's the other thing.
Patronizing.
If you're going to respond and then make fun of me, how no one watches my show, or I can't podcast, can't do this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But to get your message out, you have to go on another man's show to reach me.
That is such a lame diss. That is such a lame. You had to go another. What? It was an interview on a very popular MMA show with one of the most popular fucking MMA journalists out there. Why wouldn't he kind of comment on it on there? You done the same thing yourself. What is he talking about? So if he goes on his own channel that has more views than his, that's more valid. What?
I sit down over there in a chair for the last fucking 12 years and get my message out. And you saw it. It got to
12 years. You've only been living in Austin for a month. By the way, look at Callen's face. Look at Bryan Callen's face. Look at Bryan Callen's face. He's not co-signing this shit. He's uncomfortably sitting there. He's not agreeing with it. He's not championing it. He's not doing his usual stuff with his he's not got his pom-poms out. He's not on his knees sucking off Brendan. You can tell by Callen's face. He's like, bro, you're doing a little bit too much. You're doing a little bit too much. You said what you had to say about him. He said what you had to say about what you said about him. Just let it go. But you were saying a little bit too much in the beginning anyway. Callen's face says it all. Callen's face says it all.
You have to call another grown man who's built their platform, and Nir Hawani has a big platform, just to reach me, but I do it from here, and you're making fun of me.
Wait, it might have been that he let it go, and then Ariel asked him about it.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have a fight coming up. This is the only thing that's current in his life.
Wasn't he on Ariel when he said that?
This is the only thing current in his life. This is the only thing current in his life. Fucking hell, honestly. I'm just astounded because he's such a crybaby when people come after him. He's so thin-skinned. He takes things so personally. He fuzzles the handle so quickly. He's so insecure. He's so easily rattled. It's funny to see him throwing all these little fucking disses, all these little bullets, all these little jabs, all these little insults, being really rude, really condescending, really obnoxious. But then when someone does it to him, he fucking cries. Literally cries. It's fucking wild, man. Fucking wild. Proper bully. You can tell he's a proper bully.
Correct, Bryan. That's the point. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
No, but did he go on?
Hold on. Yeah.
No, but he didn't go on.
Bryan doesn't get it. Let me do this.
He didn't go on.
Like that, by the way. Like that, by the way. Like that thing there. That thing right there. That thing right there. Forget everything he said about Moicano. That thing right there. How does he have friends, man? I know he doesn't have friends. Bryan's probably the only friend. But how does he have friends? How do you talk to people like this and still have friends? Like, why are you being so rude? Why are you like what? Like, what's going on here? It's astonishing the levels of disrespect Callen puts up with Brendan. That goes to show you just how beholden he is to the money and, you know, that lifestyle, entertainment industry. Because in the regular walk of life, no one will ever accept the way Brendan talks to Bryan in regular. You wouldn't have it. Even Chin to a certain extent. The way they talk to each other, it's just like, what the
Powerful
fuck,
bunch.
Man? Pick up a salt disease.
Don't forget Baba will eat you up. Where are those comedy chops?
Exactly.
Moicano might be one of the 250.
Exactly. I just don't get it, man. How do you let somebody talk to you like that? Why is he being so combative? Why is he being so confrontational with fucking... What's Callen done? It's sort of like he's looking at Callen like he's Moicano. Fucking hell, that was so unnecessarily rude.
Call another grown man who's built... No.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have a fight coming up. This is the only thing that's current in
But
his life.
Wasn't he on Ariel when he said that?
Correct, Bryan. That's the point. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
No, but did he go on?
Hold on. Yeah.
No, but he didn't go on.
Bryan doesn't get it. Let me do this.
He didn't
go on Ariel to address this. He doesn't have a fight.
Only that?
He doesn't have.
Imagine how he would reply. Imagine how he'd reply if someone did that to him. Imagine how mad he'd get if someone did that to him. What a fucking prick. Such a fucking prick, innit? He's like impossible to like, innit? That's the thing I've realized now. The more I've been doing this, like, Brendan is literally impossible to like. The more you watch me, like, Jesus Christ, you are a fucking dickhead. Big up Son disease. You called him out for no reason. You replied, said you sucked, and now you're crying about it. Exactly. Big up Josie. He doesn't have any friends. You have seen him at the lake. That's a good point. Big up Josie. That's such a good observation. He doesn't have any friends. You've seen him at the lake. It's just Slow Joe's family. Exactly. That's a good point. If Slow Joe's family weren't around, what would they do? You rarely see Brendan's in-laws and stuff, innit? You see his dad sometimes here and there, but if Sojo's family weren't around, what the fuck would they do? They'd have no family. Zero. No friends, no family, no nothing. Big up LB. What was Brendan promoting on Rampage podcast? Exactly. Nothing. Such a hypocrite. Exactly. Big up LB. Great point.
Fight go on there for other things.
He doesn't have a fight coming up.
Right. Huh.
So if you're going to go on shows, it's usually because you have something to promote, correct? A fight, maybe release some brand or some brand deal.
What were you promoting at fucking Jackson's podcast then, you fucking knobhead?
Yeah. No, he went on another grown man show to get the message out because he can't do it from here. And then he's trying podcasts and everyone their mom is, right? Weird. Who's the first UFC fighter to do a podcast?
These replies, these clapbacks are terrible, man. I wonder who wrote that. You know that really good one that he wrote to Dana that time about being Eskimo brothers? I wonder if he even wrote that. Because his replies, his clapbacks, his insults are so bad. Surely that person that wrote that first reply to Dana isn't the same guy, isn't it? Like, he must have got some help with that one. I wonder if he crowdsourced that fucking clapback, that insult, that, you know, him and whatever Dana being escort. Because this doesn't make no sense. What? Who's the first to do that? Huh?
Do you know who it is? Right? So he's going to launch a podcast.
Yo, I've never seen Bryan look at him this way. Look, he looks kind of concerned. Bryan generally looks concerned. Like, he's got that kind of old man look. Like, are you all right? Are you going through something? Like, he looks like he wants to put his hand on Brendan's shoulder. Like, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. Let it out. Let it out. Just cry. It's okay. Bryan looks concerned. He looks worried. He looks bothered. He definitely doesn't look like he agrees. He definitely doesn't look like he co-signs this message. It's like, what's going on? What's wrong with this guy, man? I've never seen Bryan so quiet and not really cheering on fucking Brendan for once. Great to see.
You're gonna call it "Show me the money," and then when they show you the money, you turned it down. Oh, but I'm the dumb one.
Do you think
there really is no need to be this angry, this upset that some guy, some UFC fighter didn't take the money that you did? Like, I don't understand. I just still am really perturbed why he's so bothered by this.
You have a gun?
Big up Aziz.
A good bull hunting moment would send me over.
Big up Aziz. I think that the clapback came as a result of you saying he'd never be champion.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I stand by that. I'm not trying to hurt his feelings. Let's go.
I think as a fighter, you should be very conscious about hurting other fighters' feelings because you knew how much your feelings got hurt when somebody else, aka a former fighter, said something about you. Because you'd imagine if you're a fighter, a former fighter saying something about you would resonate or hit more or sting more or sit with you more or matter more than what someone like myself says. Even though, you know, I think they are sensitive to everything, he should be more aware of that, more conscious of that. But he doesn't. He's not. I'm not sure why. Maybe because he doesn't see himself as a fighter. I'm not too sure. But it's a bizarre place to be.
Go black and white here. Take feelings out of it. Let's be analytical. Let's take feelings out of it.
Your entire fucking persona is based on feelings. Like, everything here is about feelings. How can we do that?
If you look at his record, and this is I'm not being mean. This is if I did not know him, we didn't have this beef. You look at the lay of the fucking land at 55 that he's fighting at. Anytime he's fought top echelon competition, he has lost. He's lost. He's coming off a 2-fight loss streak right now.
Yeah.
Right? He beat BSD, who was overhyped. So that's probably his best win. He lost to RDA, which is years ago.
If someone did this to his record and picked apart his record and called out how shit of a fighter he was, and the fact that anytime he rose to, he went and kind of, had to fight somebody higher up the rankings or somebody with a bit more ability, he fucking fell at the hurdle, he'd be pissed, Again, as a former fighter, this is pretty poor showing. I'm not going to lie.
He lost to Fazeev. These are all top of the division. Keep going. He lost to Korean Zombie. He lost to Jose Aldo. He lost to Bryan Ortega. So just be analytical. So you haven't beat any of these top guys. You're not going to. You beat...
He's out of breath and everything. It's like, brother, why are you so worked up about this? This guy's a lot of rage in him, innit? He's proper worked up. He's like out of breath. He's panting. It's like, calm down, man. I understand you don't agree with the fact that he didn't take the money. It kind of pains you maybe because he has kids and stuff. I get it, but like, relax, bro. You don't know him. Like, they didn't even part. I don't understand why he's so like invested in this. Like, chill out.
Drew Dober, Jalen Turner, BSD, who we know was overhyped, and that's my fault. I overhyped him. He was a beast, but
Part of that's my fault. Fucking hell, calm down, man. With this grandiose sense of self, he was the only person responsible for overhyping BSD. Shut up.
No, he's not. It was fake hype. He has no legit wins, right? So you beat him, and then by beating him, you got a title shot because the main event fell out in a short notice. That will never happen again. It will never happen again. And then they...
By the way, save this clip when it happens again. Someone run this clip back again when MOICANO gets another title shot.
Give you a bounce back fight with an older Dariush and you lose to him. So if we're just being analytical about it, me saying you're not...
Say analytical again. Say analytical one more time. Say analytical one more time.
So if we're just being analytical about it, me saying him. So if we're just being analytical about it, me saying you're not him. So if we're just being analytical about it, 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 me saying you're not getting a title shot isn't a shot at him. Right. Fucking 99.9. I never fought for a title.
You're being honest as you
see it. And it's fair. He's a fighter to criticize that. But if you take your feelings out of it, he knows this.
Yeah.
I know this. The fan base knows this. Now he's a fun fighter to watch. He's exciting. Always have a career. But again, he's a smart dude. I'm not going to call him dumb and all this shit and blah, blah, blah. But he might be.
You just called him dumb. You insulted him. You said he couldn't speak English. That's probably why I didn't understand. Like, you said quite a lot of insulting things. You don't get any points for not outwardly saying that he's not dumb. You've kind of called him dumb in a roundabout many, many different ways.
Playing checkers. I'm sorry. He might be playing chess and we're playing checkers.
That's a fantastic follow-up, isn't it? He says he's not going to call Renato dumb, and then he displays one of the best brain freezes I've ever seen in my entire life.
He playing checkers. I'm sorry. He might be playing chess and we're playing checkers.
His brain broke. He had no idea what that word was. He had to search his fucking brain for that one. Fucking hell.
I'm sorry. He might be playing checkers, but he might be playing checkers. I'm sorry. He might be playing chess.
You know what? I think the first example was the best one. It still was a fucked up. It still was a nonsense analogy, but I think the first analogy was actually the one that made sense. The correction didn't make sense, to be fair.
He might be playing checkers. I'm sorry. He might be playing. I'm sorry. He might be playing chess and we're playing checkers. Because he might be playing checkers. I'm sorry. He might be playing chess and we're playing checkers. Because he might be thinking, I don't know what they pay him. It's probably a good amount of money with how many fights he has, right? And he fought for that main event, probably got a good payday. He's fighting top echelon guys. He might be saying, hold on. The smart, and he's a smart dude, so maybe he's doing this. He's already lost 2 in a row. You lose another one, it's going to get dicey. He might say, instead of taking this antitrust lawsuit money, which he said was, I think, 200 or 300,000, it's not. I know that how they break it down. He was going to get about 120,000. So he's off even on his numbers. I just don't think he has that.
Didn't he say it was 202? He's now mocking Renato because he got the numbers wrong. But in that clip, didn't Brendan himself say it was 200,000? Now that he's got the numbers, he's kind of flexed. But didn't he originally say it was 200 himself? What a fucking cunt.
Backs. So he's not actually turning down 200,000 like he said. He's probably turned down a low 100-something thousand, which is still a lot of money.
Yeah, but after taxes.
But he makes, after taxes, all that. But
so why are you so angry then?
But he probably makes.
Why are you so mad?
Makes more fighting, right? So the smart thing to do, if he thinks Dana's gonna scratch his back, which I doubt he is, but maybe they are, is I'm a 2-fight losing skid. They give me a bad matchup, I'm fucked, dude. I'm going to make way more money. If I can just win one more, that's going to extend my career another 2 to 3
exciting,
fights.
fan favorite.
Yes. So that's going to extend my career another 2 to 3 fights.
Smart.
So by turning this $100,000 down,
He makes a lot more.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think he's playing chess.
I agree.
And we're thinking of checkers. That's why I assume he's turned down the money.
That's what I feel like. That's what makes sense. That would be the smart sort of
he doesn't say
plan.
that though. He doesn't say.
Yeah.
He goes, it's a pride
No, he's
thing,
not gonna
it's
say
a
that,
respect thing.
And it probably is as well. It's probably a combination.
That's all garbage. That's all garbage. And I'm coming from as an older.
How is it garbage though? How can you tell somebody that it's garbage when he said clearly? If you watch the Ariel Helwani interview, he basically lays out his way of thinking, and his reasons for getting to that position where he's not taking the money. I still fundamentally don't agree with it. I think he should have taken it, but he's not lying. Right? You might not agree with it, but it doesn't sound like he's lying to me. You might not agree with his way of living. You might not agree with his worldview. You might not agree with his perspective. But to call him out and say he's full of shit is crazy. But again, it says more about Brendan, because Brendan can't ever imagine turning down anything when it comes to money. You know, he can't ever imagine walking away from money because his whole life revolves around it. Even though he tries to lie and say it doesn't. Which is another weird thing to lie about, because who gives a fuck if you love money? People love money, is what it is. But he just can't wrap his head around somebody not having the same kind of not holding up money on the same type of pedestal that he does.
Guy who has been around the league longer than him.
Yes.
I've been behind the scenes way longer than him.
Yeah.
I have the relationships to know how this works. I'm telling you now, MOICANO, maybe you're right. Maybe they give you a favorable matchup and you extend your career. Maybe. And I fucking hope they do, and I hope that's why you're doing it.
No, you don't.
But typically it never works out that way. They never scratch your back. They just don't. And it's all good. You're in the fight business. It's it's the most cutthroat business you can be in. Because this is the way it will work. Let's say Dana goes behind the scenes, hey dude, tight move showing loyalty to the UFC. Here's a good matchup for you. And you win that one. He's not going to continue to give you good matchups at the level you're at. The next one after this, it gets real and you're back to the drawing board. That's how this goes. That's just how it goes. And you're in the toughest division in the world. It's at 55.
Yeah, 55.
So it's no knock on MOICANO saying that 55 is the most.
MOICANO. It's MOICANO, not MOICANO. Look at his face. Look how angry. It's just he's a strange lad, man. I wonder if there's something deeper to this beef with him. Maybe there's something else that's happened behind the scene that we don't know about. Maybe MOICANO's one of those guys that fucking double teamed or remember he's got that famous story about some Brazilians allegedly gang banged one of his exes or something, and he couldn't look her the same way again or something. I wonder if that's the reason why he's so triggered. Because MOICANO's Brazilian. That might be one reason why he seems very wound up about this. Don't know why. Seems odd.
Count division. He's ranked in the top 15. You know how hard, you know how impressive that is?
Yeah.
His wins are super impressive.
What's his ranking right now?
I'll look right now.
Probably top 15.
13, I
think that, yeah.
You know how hard it is to be ranked top 13 in the world?
I think you said what a lot of people were thinking, right?
Anyone that knows the sport knows I'm 100%.
There we go. Here's Bryan. Bryan remembered he's got his pom-poms on his hand. So there's Bryan again, coming back with his pom-poms.
Correct.
Yes.
11.
It's impressive.
And I think he was even higher than that before he lost 2.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're talking about a top 10 guy, which is super impressive.
Yeah.
But you look at the top 5, it's not a pretty picture for him.
Yeah.
And that's all good. That's not a knock on him, dude.
It's the truth.
But again, they get upset about that, and I get it. I understand that. I expect even a blowback from this 14 days later.
He's a real he's like a dick. And he wonders why people don't like him. Oh, he actually wonders why people don't like him. It's actually funny and impressive how lacking in self-awareness he is. He has no idea why people don't like him. He's so surprised. I'm a great guy. Are you though?
Keep it going.
Dude, I got too many fish to fry. I fried this Brazilian fish fucking 10 days ago. I don't go back for leftovers.
I don't know that. I never got that you were actually attacking Moicano anyway. You were just kind of saying.
He just said he fried Brazilian fish, and here's Bryan coming in with the sup with the fucking save, trying to click. He just said he attacked him. He just said like, what?
Hey, the USC doesn't work this way, right?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And also at the end of the
day, he may
day,
have a great relationship with Dana though, and he may have been like, I'm just
a ton of, so does Donald Cerrone.
Play the long game.
No, but so a ton of guys do, and they're still taking the money. The UFC, there's no negative side effects from taking the fucking money.
Yeah, my guess is Dana would say take the money. It's already been.
Dana would be like, oh, dude, yeah.
Well, first of all, the money's not going back to Dana. It's not like I'm not going to take the money and now.
No, and that's why I'm glad he's not taking the money. The money comes to me.
Yeah.
And the rest of the fighters that are taking, and I think it's like 97% of the fighters are taking it.
Yeah.
Only 3% aren't.
Yeah.
I know a big fish who's not taking it.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know McConnell's financial situation, and you know he was going on to be a lawyer, and I don't know his family in Brazil. The dollar goes a lot longer out there than it does here. He might be completely fine. Being like, dude. But again, remember, he's in a different boat than a lot of us. He thought he was going to get. I think he said he turned down 200, 300,000. That's not the case. He turned down about 100-something thousand.
Yeah.
Because the formula they use to break down how much you're going to get, you can figure it out. People have figured it out. He actually turned down about 100-something, 110,000. Yeah. Still a ton of money, but after taxes, I can see why he's like, just give me a good matchup next one.
Anyway, that's it. There's Brendan being a condescending, obnoxious, patronizing piece of shit asshole guy about somebody's response to, I thought, a quite reasonable response to his somewhat unnecessarily personal attack because that one person decided not to take a fucking check. No real beef. I mean, I don't really understand the fucking Moicano's diss was a little bit was funny. Really, I thought it wasn't mean spirited. I think it was funny, considering all the stuff that Brendan was saying about him. The fact that Brendan went on a 1-hour rant about him on his own Schaub show. And Moicano had that one, you know, what was it, 3 minutes or so, little barbs, a couple of barbs aimed towards Brendan, funny ones at that. You think Brendan, being a former comedian, will maybe clap back with some insults that were funny, you know, ribbon that way, and then say it's all love. But instead, he's really taking this as an opportunity to really, you know, try and push this beef as a thing. It's like, bro, you're a former fighter. What happened to that whole fraternity? What happened to that whole brotherhood thing? If that's the case, why aren't you trying to, like, you know, pour cold water on it, calm it down, lower the temperatures, you know, and just say, hey, I know I said what I had to say. Maybe I should have thought about your feelings a little bit more. I was only trying to be honest and reflective of the industry, and meant no harm, you know, shake hands to keep it moving. But instead, he's out here really antagonizing, really trying to ramp it up a bit. Maybe all for a viral clip. That's what maybe he wants. Maybe he wants someone to rock up to the studio and do something. I don't know what he wants, but it's a strange way to approach things. But again, Papa is a very, very strange man. Big up the stream chat. I think a big insecurity of Papa is being called stupid. Also, apparently a big pussy. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Definitely. Or even being referred to as stupid. But it's a weird thing because he actually is quite stupid. I'm sure it's a weird thing to be insecure about when you are dumb. So, but you like, and he used to kind of. I feel like maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I feel like he used to kind of play up to being stupid. But I guess maybe podcast fame made him believe that he was smarter than what he actually was. If he will feel better about himself if Moicano, we got the spelling as well, doesn't become champion. Exactly. We got Jonah B. How do you get Milcano out of Moicano? It's hilarious. Mecadayo, Mecadamio, big up his other disease. But Dana probably thinks highly of him, so Papa is jealous. Yeah, that's a good point too. He probably has a better relationship with Dana than Dana has with anybody else, you'd imagine. Coiler, $1 doesn't go longer. It's the opposite. You redact. We got Brendan Mallory. Papa probably already blew his check on a neon orange truck with exactly, or maybe some neon orange fucking car parts actually, like new suspensions or whatever. See, we got Apex Potter. Moicano truck walked his baddie. Yeah, for sure, 100%. That would explain a lot, if that was the case. That would explain a lot. If that happened, that would explain so fucking much. That would explain so fucking much if that was the case. Oh yeah. But yeah, there it goes. That's the beef explained. That's the beef explained. Let's move on. Let's do a little bit of comedy. Let's do the comedy. Let's do Too Lazy to Try. Too Lazy to Try has a new video out called Comedians Won't Stop Roasting the ROGANSPHERE for Being Grifters. Let's check him out. I checked out Too Lazy to Try in a while. Not sure where he's been. Maybe I've missed some of his clips. But let's big up Too Lazy to Try. Let's see what he's saying. Comedians Won't Stop Roasting the ROGANSPHERE. Big up everybody tuning in live. If you're listening to this and you hear the sound of my voice, please like the stream. There's about 100 of you in the stream chat right now. 100 of you watching, sorry. And there's only 29 likes. 29. Which is pretty tight. So for those of you who are watching, all 110 of you, 112 of you, 109 of you, if you could spare a moment and like the stream, I'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
And now we're watching it really heavy now. People grift to a side politically is so funny to me.
It's wild. We know who these people are.
Yeah, like
we know who these comedians are. Like we're talking about comics, and we're just like, there's people doing so well with this grift.
Yeah.
That you go that like, we're all just sitting here like in disbelief.
Liking pictures of his fucking elk meat is gay as.
What if you like elk meat?
Thank God somebody said it. Thank God somebody said it. I think I mentioned it before in the stream chat about that Joe Rogan post with the meat and the fucking jalapenos and all the likes he gets and comments from random comedians. Like, brother, like, he posts this all the fucking time. Like, why? Let's see. The only post you should maybe like from Dana are posts like this of his fucking dog, that dog, right? But the post where he posts his fucking the meat on the barbecue with the fucking jalapenos, it's like, really? He does this all the fucking time. Where is it? Let's see. There's one. Yeah, there we go. There's one with jalapenos, right? Whatever that sauce is. Who's this person?
Before, but I wanted to kind of go over it. I've had it for a few years now. Nico Lechuga of Senior Lechuga Hot Sauce. He started this company. He makes incredible hot sauces. He's out in the Northeast.
Cool. There it is. Yeah, this one. Look what the comedians are like this sort of shit. Like, what the fuck? Look at the comments. All these various accounts. Like, he posts this all the fucking time. A variation of this. He posts this all the fucking time. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't get why people get so excited and happy about these fucking posts. But anyway, big up Dan Soda. Big up Dan Soda.
You don't like elk meat.
I love
When's the last time you ate
What
elk
if you want to stay in
Tuesday.
his good graces? Oh.
Finally, some honesty from Joe.
No, I like his politics the best.
I do too.
Yeah, I feel like we've.
I like how in touch
Big
he is
up
with the average
journalist.
man. That's my favorite part about Rogan. He's just like one of us.
I'm there for the riffing. I love the riffing.
All right.
Big up Dan Soda. Big up Dan Soda.
So it seems like every week now there are more and more comedians roasting the ROGANSPHERE for being out of touch on funny grifters. I mean, it seems like most of the comedy scene outside of Austin just thinks Rogan and his crew are a joke now. You know, once they started focusing more on podcasting than stand-up and prioritized making money over being a respected comedian and started interviewing...
I disagree. I think it has more to do with them focusing on podcasting than podcasting over stand-up. because most of those guys do more podcasts than stand up. Even those East Coast guys that take the piss, they all podcast more than they do stand up. I think the issue is this tilt towards politics. The tilt towards politics is a thing that people should be calling out.
Politicians and oligarchs, that was the beginning of the end. Now we see a lot of other comedians don't really have much respect for them anymore. I mean, some of the ROGANSPHERE guys are barely even stand-up comedians at this point. You know, they're mainly podcasters, and stand-up comedy is just a side thing. I mean, I never hear anyone say anything good about Theo Von, Tim Dillon, or Joe Rogan stand-up, and it's clear they don't really care about it that much because they don't need to. As long as they have a popular podcast, they can sell tickets and get Netflix specials. So they have more of an incentive to focus on their podcast over their stand-up. Like, podcasts have really helped comedians promote themselves. You know, now they're making more money than ever, but also it made it so comedians don't really need to care about their stand-up act anymore, which Anthony Jeselnik explained pretty well during this interview he did while promoting his last special. You know, he's been a big critic of the ROGANSPHERE and the negative impact it's had on comedy.
I think a lot of comics have gotten bad because they make too much money from their podcast. And so they're putting too much effort into that. I want my effort to go toward the stage.
Oh, you think it's been...
I would disagree with that. I'll disagree a little bit there with Anthony Jeselnik. I'll disagree a little bit there with Anthony Jeselnik. I don't think they put more effort into podcasting that leads to them putting less effort into stand-up. I think they put less effort into everything because it's so easy to make more money by not trying too hard. Think of any stand-up comedy podcast where you feel like they actually put effort into their show. You know? Like, maybe the only one I can think of off the top of my head is Man Shane's My Secret Podcast, where you feel like they put effort into, like, you know, finding cool topics to talk about, interesting tidbits and shit, interesting story. Like, they don't really put any effort into anything. So I think the lack of effort across the board, because it's hard to be a hard worker if you're being paid well not to be a hard worker. You know? They get paid very well not to work hard. So why would they work hard? That's what's happening. So then they take their foot off everything. So I think the money from the money they make from stand-up podcasting and the ease at which they make so much money from it has led to them, you know, developing bad developing bad habits essentially, and they're basically eroding their work ethic.
A little poisonous for the industry, the cotton candy of how sloppy you can be in a form 3 times a week, as opposed to the way you do it, which is clearly sculpted very carefully.
I mean, the podcast isn't sculpted. We're just going out there and doing it. But I think people have made so much money from podcasting that it's made.
We also have this, who needs stand up when you can chat to JD Vance is hilarious. Big up on 10 toes. Comment. Am I technically a Tfatk by fan proxies? That's true.
Made stand-up comedy as an art form worse. I think that's without question is happening. People are making more money. If your success is making money, you're doing just as well. But if it's about making the art of stand-up comedy great, it's suffering. It's gotten bad.
And it just keeps getting worse because not only do they care more about podcasting than stand-up, but now they also care more about politics than stand-up. Because I guess just goofing around with your comedian friends on a podcast isn't enough for these podcasters either. You know, there's still more money out there. So they had to become political grifters and start interviewing and hanging out with politicians and tech oligarchs, which I think most comedians outside of Austin and Rogan's inner circle are just laughing at, especially the New York comedians like Dan Soder, who is even pretty friendly with Rogan and has been on his podcast. He's like, what the hell's going on? You know, because he personally knows these comedians. So he's like, to see them get political all of a sudden is wild because I know what they used to be like. I know they're full of shit and they're just doing this for money.
If you're a fan of a comic that just became political,
you have to wonder. We know who these people are.
Yeah, like if
we know who these comedians are. Like, we're talking about comics, and we're just like, we're all just sitting here like in disbelief. Like, and it's like
the absolute ignoring of evidence from the past is mind-boggling. Where you go, well, he didn't act like that, and then all they have to do is go like, yeah, I didn't like the woke mind virus. And you go, that's not even how you talk. And then you see the people that switch and you go, who are you?
The people that like got involved, like after having no opinion.
That's the
craziest one.
If
For this,
you ever see me go political, something is wrong. I have lost the ability to write a joke, and I am clawing for money. Or I owe someone a lot of money.
This is what but they must be making so much money.
That's what it is. And then what it is now you're chasing the money, so you're just willing to say whatever you need. And by the way, both sides, far left, far right, it always crumbles. And watching them return.
So I think a lot of these comedians just got greedy, and I think they wanted to be part of the big club that George Carlin used to talk about. You know, they wanted to hang out with the elites. They wanted to be at the presidential inauguration. They want to get flown out to the Middle East with the president. They want to have a seafood dinner with JD Vance. You know, they just want to be part of the club.
You have a gun?
They don't care about their...
Yeah, big up,
Yovan isn't a genocide historian.
Shock horror. Yeah, exactly. Shock horror. Shock horror.
Stand-up act at this point, or if their podcast is being used as a propaganda tool. They just want money and to be part of the elite, even if that comes at the cost of comedians thinking they're a joke now. You know, it seems like most comedians outside of Rogan's circle just think the whole thing is really bizarre and is hurting the comedy podcast scene. And this is just what they say on podcasts. So off air, they must be talking a lot of shit.
Comedy podcasting is entering this world of like news or something.
Yeah.
And people are taking it serious. They're all having like politicians on.
Journalists.
Tim got fucking interviewed by like CNN.
Yeah.
And I saw that they had Bernie on Schultz's show.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Tensions are high down there. It's a weird space because people are there, and now there's politics. They're all next to Trump. We're like a step away from the presidential election. Everything's divided and weird fucking hemisphere where these comedians are in suits at a presidential inauguration.
What do you feel, and podcasters, what do you feel about politicians and billionaires who've appeared on podcasts of your peers to try to leverage comedy for their own goals?
All I can say is personally, I would never do it. I would never have somebody come on that's running for fucking president with my intellect. I'm not going to sit there and be like, so, like, what's your foreign policy? Like, I would be like within 3 minutes, dude, what was your favorite Super Bowl? And then people would be like watching it going, I like that Super Bowl too. I'm going to vote for this guy. It's just like, it's just so far beyond my wheelhouse. Like I am just way beyond. Like somebody said to me one time, I go, Bill, you know, you're a really smart guy. And I go, yeah, in a sports bar.
Such a great point. Honestly, you gotta love his self-awareness. You gotta love his self-deprecation. You gotta fucking love it, honestly. You'd never hear Rogan say this. Rogan actually thinks he's a fucking public intellectual. Rogan actually thinks he's smarter than the average bear. Rogan actually thinks he's more clocked in than fucking experts. Knows way more than people out there. Like Rogan really, really does think he's smart. That's the fucking funny part about it.
You put me in a sports bar and you want me to talk about 70s and 80s sports. I am scoring very high.
Yeah.
All right. You put me in like that form to have to interview somebody that is going to run for president, and then as the sports bar guy, you're going to see like, yeah, this guy did go to summer school a lot. So, or whatever. It's like you're a smart guy. Compared to what?
And one of the funniest things about this whole transition from comedians to political commentators is seeing what Theo Von has turned into. You know, he had a good thing going. People thought he was down to earth and humble. But then, of course, he decided to start interviewing the tech oligarchs like Mark Zuckerberg and Sam Altman. And then, of course, politicians like JD Vance and Donald Trump. And he also started to get really serious about politics. Like after Trump and JD Vance had that meeting with Zelensky where they lectured him, Theo put out this tweet and he said, tell Zelensky to give us our tax dollars back and get the fuck out of here. Disrespectful guy using our money and using his own.
Yeah, I think he ended up deleting that tweet, innit? His fans revolted. I remember when he posted that. I think these fans weren't happy about that.
People. So he's not even trying to be funny anymore. You know, if you're going to talk about politics, at least pretend to be a comedian still. Like, I don't even know what this is anymore. And of course, he ended up deleting that tweet after it got a ton of backlash. So it's just gotten so bizarre, and it doesn't work well with his shtick. But also, I guess he kind of gets away with it because of his shtick. You know, people see him do all this and just think, oh, he's still just a genuine down-to-earth guy because he acts like a teenager, I guess. But I always have to remind people, this man is 45 years old. Like, he's the oldest one in this picture, and he definitely uses his dopiness to his...
That's hate, but big up to his to try. That's fucking hate, but big up to his to try. That's a really good observation. He's the youngest person in that picture, yet he's dressed like a child, isn't it? But by the way, I see this a lot. What is it with you Americans and like dressing? I think I see a lot more like age shaming when it comes to dress. I don't think we care in Europe. You guys in America, I feel like people say that a lot about Brendan too. There's a lot of things about, oh, like, he's dressed like a kid, he's like a teenager. Like, you guys are very sensitive to sense of style and like how someone carries himself based on their age. You know? Do you guys, or is that a bad observation? Do you guys have no idea what that's about? I feel like I never hear people talk about that in Europe or in the UK even. No one's really gonna call you out or say anything if you're an older dude that has like wears his baseball cap backwards, or wears like a band t-shirt, or wears like Jordans. But you guys in the States, like, you're very sensitive to you're very quick to call people out if they're like over 40 and they wear trainers. Why do you think that is? It's very strange. Big up on 10 Toes. I'm disappointed he never shied out Miss Johnny for passing away this week. Who? Miss Jonda. No idea who that is, brother. Big up on 10 Toes. Bird helicopter pilot's license. Big up. It's like AD and Pun. They dress like high schoolers. Theo ain't got no Margellas. Theo ain't got no Margellas is fucking hilarious.
Advantage. Like, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he was literally crying about Palestine, and then afterwards went out to eat with Jared Kushner, who wants to demolish Palestine and turn it into a resort, and is also friends with Benjamin Netanyahu. And same thing with Trump. You know, he's as pro-Israel as it gets, and Theo had him on his podcast, helped him get elected, went to his inauguration, and went to the Middle East with him just a couple months ago. So it's really hard to take him seriously. And in Theo's post about Palestine, he said, "What are we doing with a heartbreaking?" And this comedian Zach Fox called him out on it, and he posted a picture of Theo, Ivanka, and Jared, and he's like, "What are we doing? Bro, ask them, not us." You know, because it's hilarious for Theo to be like, "Guys, what are we doing?" Like, people should feel responsibility.
Oh, Zach Fox is going in on Theo. Don't let this piece of tornado bait fool you. He be blowing hookah smoke and doing key bumps with Trump. His family and some of the literal architects of genocide he's fake crying about. Wow, Zach Fox hates Theo. Shit.
And we should do something about it.
Zach Fox is a killer DJ, by the way. Very funny comedian and comedic actor, but fucking killer DJ. Big up Zach Fox.
About it, like the average person has any say in what's going on. But then he goes and has dinner and is friends with the people that are literally orchestrating what's going on, the people that actually have the power. Like, if he really cares that much about what's going on in Palestine, I don't know if he'd want to be friends with Jared Kushner and JD Vance and Donald Trump. But Theo, he loves playing both sides. Like, also, he had JD Vance on a couple months ago, and he didn't ask him about the Epstein list. But then afterwards, he tweeted basically, why did JD Vance change his opinion on the Epstein list? And again, it's like, why didn't you ask him? It's so funny. He's friends with these people and hangs out with them, but then afterwards he acts like he has nothing to do with them and they don't even know each other. I mean, also he tweeted at JD Vance and Donald Trump and said, "Can we get some aid to Gaza now? Children are starving to death. We are America. This isn't about politics. It's about humanity." And then this other comedian, Gianmarco Ceresi, I think is how you say his name. He's like, why don't you ask them when they're on your show? You know, again, it's like, dude, you're friends with these people. You hang out with them. You have them on your podcast. And then afterwards, you're like, what's going on, guys? We need to do something about all these issues. So, of course, we're seeing more and more comedians make fun of him now because the guy's just a complete goofball, which he always has been. But now he's trying to be like a serious goofball, and it's just not working well. Like, also, Dan Soder has been making fun of him recently, too. And I'm sure people saw Mark Maron had a bit about him during his special. And I honestly thought more people would be defending Theo and calling Mark just bitter and jealous, which there are a lot of people still saying Mark is bitter, but they also admit that it was a funny bit, and I don't see many people defending Theo.
I think if Hitler were alive today, he'd probably appear on Theo Vaughn's podcast. And Theo would be like, "See, y'all did a lot of meth, right? I mean, all the Nazis were all fucked up on meth, right, Hitler? That shit'll make you crazy, dog. I did some meth once. I was up for 3 days, and then I ate a live bird. No shit, Hitler, a live bird, bro. Hey, Hitler, you probably didn't even hate the Jews. That was just the meth making you crazy, dog. Hey, Hitler. Do you want to apologize to all the Jews right now on my show? No? I get it.
So between that and Bill Burr trashing, not him directly, but obviously he's someone Bill's referring to, Theo is probably going through it. I mean, he's not very good at handling criticism or people making fun of him.
True,
and
yeah.
He's very emotional too. And he was already getting shit from comedians, but now that it's coming from two really well-respected comedy veterans, you know, it's got to be tough. And I don't know how he feels about Mark Maron, but he still loves Bill Burr. You know, that's one of his favorite comedians. But unfortunately, his fans hate Bill. Like earlier this year, Theo tried to put out a tweet praising him, and I think he just got so much backlash, he ended up deleting it. And it was pretty surprising.
Fucking hell, mate. Theo really sensitive, isn't he? He loves tweeting and deleting, isn't it? He loves to tweet and delete, bro. He's fucking fragile as fuck, Theo, isn't he? I didn't know he's that fragile.
Surprising that he retweeted this. Like, this was shocking. But I think, again, this is him trying to play both sides and try to act like he's not really in the same group as Rogan. So the tweet said, Bill Burr's an absolute legend for this, roasting conspiracy theorists like Joe Rogan who want to blame the LA wildfires on homeless people. You can see how uncomfortable Jimmy Kimmel became as soon as he said free Luigi. And Theo retweeted that and said, Bill Burr, ladies and gentlemen, the best. So it's hilarious that Theo's praising Bill for trashing people like Rogan. But I don't know what Theo had to say about the wildfires, but I'm sure Bill puts Theo in the same category as Rogan, obviously.
There's an ugliness that's out there right now where, you know, there's certain podcasts out there that if you're a racist, if you're an anti-Semite, if you're a psycho-nationalist and you want a softball interview, there's podcasts out there where you can, and they will laugh at your fucking bad jokes and just give you this pass.
So I'd imagine Theo's probably one of the main people Bill's referring to there, but I don't know if he has the self-awareness to realize it. Let me know what you guys think, though. And if you want to hear about the first time Bill went on Theo's podcast, it was like one of the cringiest things ever.
Yeah, cool. There you go. Big up Too Lazy to Try. Big up Too Lazy to Try. Big up Too Lazy to Try. Brilliant little video there. Good to see Dan Soda calling shit out as well. I like him. He's one of my favorites. Big up Dan Soda. Big up Blood Clot Dan Soda. Let's see. What else we got to do here? Let's do a little bit of stand-up comedy subreddit. Okay, I ain't done it in a while. Let's do a little bit of stand-up comedy subreddit. Let's go top and let's sort by week. Let's see what we've got here. What's happening in the stand-up comedy subreddit? Let's see if there's anything funny. Let's see if there's anything funny here. Okay, let's go for the first one. Who do I talk to about a refund? Let's see. I want you guys in the stream chat as per usual to give me your rating. What do you guys think? Let's see. Let's watch some comedy. What do you guys think of this?
Who do I talk to about a refund?
Who do you talk to about a refund? You could talk to me about a refund. And I'll give you the answer. No fucking refunds. I view myself very much like Evel Knievel. Remember Evel Knievel from the 70s? Of course you do. You're old. I'm paid for the attempt, not for the jump. Fuck it. What, sorry?
Quite original.
Quite original? What, asking for a refund?
No fucker else did.
No fucker else did. Well, not this evening, but I've been asked for refunds. What's your name?
Sarah.
What do you do, Sarah?
No.
This will not affect your benefits. I think we could all tell there from the slightly raspy 40 Rothmans a day. What do I do? Sorry, who's asking? You were your husband's carer for 20 years, and presumably he ended it all.
Fucking hell.
You haven't fucking seen her, so don't start that with me. You were your husband's carer. So what did your husband have?
Cancer. Yeah.
You had cancer for 20 years.
He wasn't very well.
He wasn't very well.
He was in bed for most.
He was in bed for most of it. Okay. Who's this then?
My brother.
That's your brother. Hey man, how are you? And where's your husband now? Is he passed or?
He's sleeping in a car in my car park.
He's sleeping in a car in your car park. When you say you're a carer, it's more of a couldn't give a fucker, isn't it? It's like, he's asleep in the car. Let's nip into the show. Fuck him.
But I had to go at him for using the wrong towel.
You had to go at him for using the wrong towel, so you just left him in the fucking car. Yeah. Now who's on my side? I fucking called it. I called her a hatchet-faced witch before anyone was on my side. Now it transpires she's Britain's worst carer. This feels like a Daily Mail article waiting to fucking happen. I'm actually my husband's carer. Oh, and where's your husband? He's in the car. We've locked him in. Fuck him. That was his ticket. But he used the wrong towel. She thinks she's funny. Well, she is pretty funny.
Not the ha-ha funny, laughing at you funny.
Who's your fucking carer? Who's looking after this fucking specimen? It sounds bad, doesn't it? It sounds bad when you say, yeah, we should... If I say to you in the street, if I come up and go, I think some people need to be sterilised, it sounds bad. Yeah. And then you meet them, and you think, hey, he makes a case.
By the way, I had to have my fallopian tubes taken out, so...
You had to have taken out? Yeah, I'm not fucking surprised. I also think you should not be on a date with your brother. Jesus. There, I fucking said it. It's not inbreeding if you wear a condom. I was just fucking her. Your disabled sister couldn't come? Well, maybe you should work on your technique. I feel like Jeremy Kyle talking to these fuckers. What's doing?
I just hope she left the window open.
It's Exeter in March. I don't think that the husband with cancer is going to die in a hot car. I think he's going to be okay. Honestly, I can see a death would be a relief.
I'm sorry, I love that. What you guys think of stream chat? Did you guys love it or not? Oh shit, okay. I guess not. What you telling me in the stream chat? I think so far I'm seeing people saying no. Aside of what's this? Only thing worse than a crowd clip is a British crowd work clip. Okay, fair play. No one liking this, no? Am I the only person that laughed? Am I the only person that laughed? Was I the only person that laughed at this? Was I the only person that laughed? Was it only just me? I laughed. Okay, I have no idea what he's just said. The closer the kin, the deeper it goes in. It's hilarious. Average knob at work is funny. Okay, I laughed. Okay, thank you, Josie. You guys are a hard bunch to please. You know what I think, right? I think a lot of people that watch this stream and stuff weirdly just don't like stand-up anyway. It's interesting, isn't it? I think I love you. I love you guys for watching, but I think a lot of you guys don't like stand-up at all. I don't think stand-up is that important personally. right? I think its importance to the world has been overstated, but I think some of you just don't even rate it at all, which is impressive. Why you even watch this sort of stuff in the first place? But yeah, big up everybody who just generally doesn't even like stand-up comedy. That's brilliant. Just don't even like it. Oh, big up I love stand-up. I just hate the UK. Okay, fair. I don't laugh. I fuck. Big up Quayla. He's all good. Big up KP. KC Shuffle 7 out of 10. Okay, fair play. What? All I heard was smashing in it. Biscuits peng. That feels racist. That's all I'm not gonna lie. That feels kind of racist. Okay, let's see an American then, you motherfuckers. Let's see what an American does. Okay, keep the same energy, people in the stream chat. Keep the same energy. Let's go for an American. See this person. Keep the same fucking energy, people in the stream chat.
No, you're just laughing because I said I lived in Ireland. No, 我真的会说中文，你知道吗？哦，对，我真的会说中文。你是中国哪里的？中国什么地方？上海。哦，对，我以前住在北京。Oh my God! I thought that's why you were laughing. I thought you knew that I was a spy.
That's pretty
Don't
cool.
let Trump know that I'm doing this right now.
That's pretty cool.
Because I'm supposed to charge you 145% more for these jokes. 对，他们从中国来的，你知道吗？哦天哪，哇天哪，这个老外不一样，是不是？哇塞，哇。Are there any other Chinese people here before we continue? 哦，还有这边，你们是中国哪里的？广西人，哦，穷人。They're from Guangxi, which is actually a lovely province, but so I called them poor, and she thought it was hilarious. They probably did too, but anyway, you guys are like, that is not acceptable, but in China, you can really get away with a lot. So, because I'm from Flushing, Queens. This is insane. People say Chinese people don't have a sense of humor. I have never seen it. You are the biggest laugh. And now you're covering your face. You're not in Asia anymore. Laugh openly. You don't have to cover your face in America. You're not losing face. Just laugh.
Languages are really fucking cool, man. I don't find, probably the joke wasn't that funny, but languages are pretty impressive, innit? This guy being able to just flip into straight up Chinese is fucking cool as fuck. And him understanding, some of the local jokes and shit, being able to differentiate between different provinces, make little, stuff that you'd only learn or be aware of if you live there. That's pretty fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's my inner, frustrated, polyglot, right? I remember there was a period where I was fucking obsessed with watching polyglot content. R.I.P. Lao Shu. R.I.P. fucking Lao Shu. If you know, you know. R.I.P. to fucking Lao Shu. I used to be obsessed with that sort of shit. So it's pretty fucking cool to see this guy just break into fucking fluent Chinese. That is fucking awesome, man. Big up this guy. Not the funniest, personally, for me. Not the funniest, but I fucking love it. That was part. And I wonder if that's part of his shtick, by the way. He performs in New York. There's probably always going to be one or two Chinese people in that fucking comedy club. I wonder if that's part of his shtick with the crowd work. Just busting into fucking Chinese mid fucking set. But yeah. Decent. Let's see another one here. Grandma is horny. Grandma is horny.
What is your name, madam?
Helene. Like the hurricane.
Is there a hurricane, Helene?
Just watch out.
Are you flirting with me, Helene? I'll fuck you so much your name's gonna be hell straight. I will.
After Helene, you don't go back.
After Helene, you don't go back? Usually that's supposed to rhyme. You supposed to, after you go Helene, you about to flick this bean like something cool. What's your hobbies, Helene?
I date.
That's awesome. Where do you meet your gentlemen, Helene?
I live in Florida.
So they're all dead. What? It'd be kind of cool to could date as that, you know? You're like, yo, we're about to last 1 year. I know that for sure. Be specific on what the fuck you mean by that. Hey, what's the youngest guy you've ever dated, Helene?
To be alive.
Yeah, that's what the law says. You gotta relax. You can't walk into the morgue and shit. You got a fresh one. You got a fresh one. What's the expiration date on this mother? Oh, he's still warm. Everybody out. 60 is the youngest guy?
Yes.
That's great. Can you still come? I just talked about fucking a dead person and this is the problem? You guys were so on board with that and I said, yo, you still coming? Like, ew! Try me? Oh, shit, man. You think I'm fucking lying, bro? You think I'm fucking lying? Are you kidding me, bitch? Dude, if I did not have a Puerto Rican girlfriend that would stab you, I would
Rock your cradle.
You would rock my cradle? I would break your bones, bitch. You think I'm f***ing around? I'm sick of talking shit to me. I would cure your osteoporosis. Put Bengay all up on that shit. Shit. Take some Werther's and put in your ass. I know what's in your purse. I know what's in your purse. Lavender candy and Werther's. I know what's in your purse. A lot of unused napkins for no reason.
There's something about crowd work, isn't it? Like this type of crowd work where it's like, I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I just simply don't understand. He's very amped up, in it. Like maybe he's somebody that you enjoy in when you're there in situ. You kind of have to be there to enjoy it. But I don't think he comes across well in these clips. He seems to, like, the beginning was okay, then he just got really excited, really ramped up. Really, it's like, relax, bro, calm down. But maybe this is part of it, isn't it? Such a weird way of doing stand-up comedy. It's like a routine you'd hear somebody doing in an afters, right? That'd probably kill whilst you're all standing around, leaning against the fucking kitchen island, finishing off the baggies, drinking your fucking beatbox. Your various beatboxes, right?
You have a gun?
Big up Abe Martinez.
Comedy sucks. You gotta be there to enjoy it. Lame.
You mean you have to be there, man? And even if you're there, I'm not even sure if that guarantees it's gonna be good. But yeah. Okay. Let's do another one. I miss George W. Bush. I miss George W. Bush.
I think we're at a point where we can all agree that we miss George W. Bush, right? I don't know. It's crazy too. Now you look at it and everybody's criticizing the current administration. They're saying like, "Oh, this reminds me of Nazi Germany in the 1930s." It's like George W. Bush was actually the opposite of Hitler. I don't know if you guys are keeping up with what he's doing these days, but he's painting. You know, Hitler started as a painter, ended up a war criminal.
Nice tracksuit, by the way. I like that tracksuit. I like the tracksuit. Not mad at the tracksuit. Not mad at the tracksuit. Jokes are shit, but not mad at the tracksuit.
Bush started as a war criminal, ended up painting. That's the reverse Hitler. You don't see that often. You got to give credit when it's due. You know what I mean? Also, one of the best city planners this country ever saw, right? He saw a city with too many buildings. He's like, let's knock those two down. Replace it with one, put a mall at the bottom, call it capitalism. You know what I mean? Shout out to 9/11. Shout out to Building 7. Buildings don't fall like that. But,
yeah, I don't know. It started off well, then it kind of petered out very quickly. Not that good. Not that good as well. Not that good. If you have yellow fever,
And my sister hates yellow fever. She's like, yeah, guys date me just because I'm Asian. I'm like, if you got wings, fly. Do you know who's attracted to Asian girls? Just rich white dudes. Do you know who's attracted to Asian dudes? Do you know anyone?
Yeah, don't know about that. That's not worth sharing, innit? That's content slop. That's content slop. Easily the wildest crowd work answer I've ever seen. Comedian is Michael Long. Another crowd work thing. Michael Longfellow. Let's see if this is worth it. Michael Longfellow.
Craziest thing you've heard in therapy.
I actually keep $1 in my purse, and I tell anyone if they can beat.
You keep $1 in your purse.
Then they get to keep the dollar if they can beat the story.
Okay.
But I had a gentleman who I worked with briefly, and he was having a sexual relationship with his mother since he was.
Why? We were having a good night. Do we have a picture of the mom? Before we cast blame, Your Honor! What'd you tell him to make him get over that?
Unfortunately, I think I startled him a little bit because when he came to me, he was older. He was in his 60s. His mom was in her.
Have they been having it since 15? Continuous? I have to do a whole lot of comedy after this. I will not have anything close to as good as this. All right, so what was your advice?
I scared him away because at this point, his mother, by the time he came to me, she had changed cognitively, and then I had to talk to him about elder abuse versus child abuse.
He was in his dementia mom? You will keep that $1. Holy God. Good pick. Glad I picked you. Yucky.
Why do these type of stories only seem to happen or only seem to get shared during comedy shows? Are people lying? Do people save these stories specifically to go to a comedy store to try and be like the main character in a way? I feel like people always share these type of things at comedy. I don't know why. I feel like, oh, I'm here with my ex-boyfriend actually, and my ex-husband, and my dog is in my purse. It's like, what? Why is this happening right now? You know? It's so odd how this seems to happen. I don't know. Are these scripts?
This whole show is pointless now. We're never gonna get past this. It's like, who is the victim at the end? He's the victim in the beginning, but then she's all like, "Well, who are you?" And he's still, you know? Anyways. In the end, they were both victims, and so were we. I can't imagine what you've been through. You go to therapy? You should go to therapy. I need to go to therapy now. Just.
I can help you. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna bore you. You're gonna fall asleep during mine. I'm gonna lie to try and be better than that guy. Be like, I f***ed my dad. Not true. That was truly amazing. I'm just gonna take a seat. I don't know how to do this anymore. His own mom. For a long time, from 15 to... Did he have sex with other women, do you know? Or was... He's married with children. That's great. That's great. That's fantastic that he is. I'm sure those kids are doing well. Did the wife know? No. Ma'am, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I have lots of other shows I'll do. I'm being selfish. All right. We'll come back to it. Woo! Crowd work. Let me do some sketch ideas for you guys. Let's try to cleanse the palate with some sketch ideas, if that's okay. A guy his dementia mom. But it's funny. I am just gonna put a note there. He's been f***ing his mom for 60 years.
Yeah, big up Z. I'd be pissed if I went to a concert and they passed the mic to an audience to sing for them. How is not considered lazy scripted? That's the thing, like, that I don't get about crowd work. Like, as an audience member, like, why would you accept this? You go to a show to see a show. I'm here to see you perform. I want to see you do your best bits, your greatest hits, your show, your performance. Why are you then farming content, farming material from the audience? Why are we working for you? Like, I never understood why that made sense, but I guess in the world we're living in now, where everybody kind of feels like they're the main character, everyone in their head feels like, or everyone always feels like they've got a fucking reality TV program following them around, right? Cameras and shit. That might explain why we have this need, or why people love crowd work, because it's not only the comedians that love it. I feel like the audiences also really enjoy crowd work. They love the aspects of it where, like, they feel like they're a part of the show. You know, they're on the same level as the fucking comedian themselves. They're taking part. They can get some clout from it. They get some attention from it. But as an audience member that's paying my ticket to go see a comedian, I'd be kind of pissed, I'm not gonna lie. I want to see the comedian perform. I don't want to hear about some fucking idiot, you know, some person telling me some story about, you know, some guy confessed that he's actually here with some friend, but secretly some girl he wants to fuck. So it's like, oh, I don't care, man. I really don't care. It's a bizarre place, man. Bizarre place. But hey, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's do one last one here, and then we'll switch over to a bit of chin, and I'm gonna end it. Let's do this one. Next one coming up here. What's that? What's that? Spit. What's that? Spit, take, and a lot more. Spit, take, and a lot more. Let's see what this one's about.
Be like, guys, girls, anyone. Being bi is like, what a life that must be. So you just walk in a room, I'm fucking everybody. Like, how did you guys meet each other? Choir. Choir?
It's a gay men's choir.
Like singing choir. Like, I'm gay. Gay men's choir. Where do you guys like meet at?
The church.
That seems counterintuitive. Okay. What's been the best part of retirement?
Spending time with my wife.
Oh, that's a good answer, man. That's a good answer. What is this, Family Feud? Damn, dude, that's like... What about you? Any mic activities?
I've been cleaning the garage for a week.
No shit, okay. And that is the most mic answer. Any advice for me, like pre-retired life?
Marry a woman that'll support you, and when you're ready, you grease.
Wait, ready for what though, specifically?
Leave it all and just go.
If you need to just run away.
Yes.
What's in the garage, Mike? That's my question. I need to run away, just...
Make sure she can't run faster.
I feel like you thought the question was, if there was a zombie apocalypse, what would you do?
Some of it was good, most of it was bad. Some of it was good, most of it had to do with the cut as well. The way they cut it together probably was a bit better. You didn't spend one long time on the whole thing, but yeah, man, I don't know. What can I say? What can I say? Not much to say really, when it comes to that. Not much to say when it comes to that. So let's quickly move on, and I want to quickly play one last clip here before I bounce, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. But I want to play one last clip before I bounce. This is the clip I want to play. And I want to end it on this because this is thoroughly depressing, right? Remember what we were talking about Chin? Remember we were talking about Chin and we're saying that how our Chin is maybe upset that he lives in Austin and shit, and Chin clearly wants to be back in LA, and he's miserable, and it sounds like he's broke because he might have spent all his money on Airbnbs and shit before he moved there, because he didn't sort out his accommodation beforehand, even though he was given ample warning and heads up that these guys were moving to fucking Austin. He still fucking dragged his feet and probably spent a bunch of money, you know, staying there temporarily, flying back and forth from LA and doing what Chin does, like eating out all the time and drinking and shit and blah 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 blah. Well, this clip will definitely bum you out. This is Chin very earnestly, very sincerely thanking Bryan in the middle of the show for buying him a burrito from Chipotle. He stops the show. He stops, you know, doing what he's gonna do, and makes a note to thank Bryan for buying him a burrito from Chipotle. It's fucking insane. Let me play the clip.
Oh, wait, real quick, Bryan. Thank you. Just want to give you a shout out. He gave me a Chipotle burrito.
Cost me like
They're expensive, man.
$7.99 or something.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of Chipotles out there.
There's one that's not too far, but
There's one right near Archetype.
Oh, wait, real quick, Bryan. Thank you. Just want to give you a shout out. He gave me a Chipotle burrito.
Cost me like
They're expensive, man.
$7.99 or something.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of Chipotles out there.
There's one that's not too far, but
There's one right near Archetype.
Jesus Christ, man. I know it's a minor thing to point out. It's probably not that big of a deal. I'm nitpicking. I'm obsessed. I'm making something out of nothing. I'm an idiot. I'm dragging it. But what the how broke is this guy? How much is he really struggling at? It's almost like this is like thanking Bryan for getting you a Big Mac or a cheese. Like what? A slice of pizza? Like, huh? A burrito from Chipotle. He's like, thank you so much for getting me this. Thank you so much. They're really expensive, actually. I haven't been able to buy myself a burrito in ages. Thank you. See, holding up to the camera. Thank you so much for getting me this burrito, Bryan. Thank you. And Bryan's like, they're $7, man. It's not that deep. Like, most likely Bryan bought it for himself and then got 4, right? Old man belly. He probably didn't buy specifically for Chin in the first place. And Chin's like, thank you so much. Jesus Christ, man. Did Brendan fucking cut his pay? Is Chin just terrible with his money? Is he just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Why is he going out of his way to overly thank Bryan for a burrito from Chipotle? Like, what the fuck is happening right now? Also, I don't know about you, but eating a burrito from Chipotle when you live in Austin, Texas feels a little bit counterintuitive, you know? Well, there's probably great places out there that make fucking fresh burritos, great burritos, right? You'd imagine, right? With the whole Tex-Mex thing going on there. What? Like, going to Chipotle seems a little bit crazy. But if he's thanking Bryan the way he is, the way he's doing it now, maybe he doesn't have the funds to afford to go to those places, to those food trucks and shit. But this is kind of depressing. I'm not gonna lie, man. Kind of depressing. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Thank you so much for getting me this burrito. Thank you, Bryan. Thank you. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Anyways, people, that has been the random show. That has been the random show. I appreciate you so fucking much. I appreciate you so fucking much. Thank you for tuning in to the Blood Clot Random Show. Thank you for tuning in to the Blood Clot Random Show. If you can still hear the sound of my voice, please like the stream before you leave. Please like the stream before you leave. This is day 1. Day 2 is happening again tomorrow. I'll be adding timestamps after. I'll also be adding clips after. There will also be a live reaction to Ralph Barbosa special. I'll be reacting live to Ralph Barbosa special later on as well. So if you like Ralph Barbosa, you like some of my reactions to stand-up comedy, keep an eye on the Patreon. I'll be having a reaction to that uploaded there very, very soon. Ralph Barbosa, Planet Barbosa, or Planet Boza will be reacted to on the Patreon. Of course, we're trying to reach 500 members, and of course, we're gonna reach 500 members. Actually, you know what I should do? I should have gifted members left, isn't it? Let me give away some gifted memberships before I leave. Actually, let me give away some gifted memberships before I leave. Actually, I think I should have 5 left. I think I should have 5 left. So big up everybody for tuning in still. Let's do some. Yeah, there you go. I have 5 left. Let's give them away. So big up everybody here. Appreciate you. Enjoy the gifted memberships. Whoever gets a hold of them, enjoy them. And yeah, man, let's hit 500 members by the end. Let's hit 500 members by the end of the 31 days, which is going to be what? The Tuesday. What did I say? What day was it? I fucking forgot. It was Monday the 8th of September.
Powerful bunch.
So we're going to be here. We're going to be here until that happens. We're going to be here until that happens. Monday the 8th of September. We're going to be here until that happens. No fucking interruptions. No holidays booked. No nothing. We're going straight to the end.
Powerful bunch.
Straight to the end. So big up everybody in the stream chat. Enjoy it. Throughout the week, I'll also be doing obviously membership only streams. So if you want to chat in that, you'll be able to do that with the free membership. But of course, if you want to buy a membership, link in the description down below. Link in the description down below if you want to buy a membership. Link in the description down below. All that good shit. I appreciate you. Big up everybody for tuning in. Big up everybody that received it. Big up KC Shuffle. Big up
Powerful
PK.
bunch.
Big up James Banks. Big up Lisha Manuel. Wagwan GG. Big up everybody that received their fucking gifted membership. Hopefully shall enjoy it. Hopefully you shall enjoy it. And everybody else that watched, I appreciate you greatly. Make sure you like the stream. Like the fucking stream. I appreciate you. Like the stream. Before you leave, pretty please. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Okay? Big up everybody in the stream chat. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Bye.